Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in a one-shot Wednesday, which, all you audiocast viewers, just so you guys are aware, I will not be your dungeon master for this evening. Instead, our dear friend Lazybones is going to be running the show, so to speak. But before we hand over full control, there are a few things that I would like to go over. First off, today is April 10th, and you are loved, as that is a very important thing to remember as we leave the winter months and head into the spring. I guess it is spring now. It's been spring for a while, but it doesn't matter because...
It won't be spring here next week, so that's all I...
Also, just in case you guys are curious, all you audiocast people, or if you're watching the VOD, we stream live at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and coming up in late May, we are also going to be extending that to Thursdays as well as we begin our Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign. As I would have had it be Wednesdays, but some other great people also decided to have their Ghosts of Saltmarsh game be Wednesdays. So... I decided that I will then spend my Wednesdays being able to support you guys as well as running some one-shots in the meantime, as I really enjoy One-Shot Wednesday. Also, as a general note, did you know that you can get some pretty sweet merch like this Indoor Adventures mug? Now, this mug, actually, for our Dwarven-themed adventure, was able to fit the entire Bigfoot barley wine that I bought, and then some. So, if you are curious at all as to how much liquid this actually contains, it's quite a bit, if I do say so myself. Also, if you would like to gear yourself up in a wonderful Indoor Adventures hoodie, I kid you not, this is legitimately the warmest hoodie I have. Whenever I take walks on my break at work, it keeps me very warm. And underneath it, guess what? I have to move my hair out, but it's the Blake Scars t-shirt. This is an early design, so I can't show you the back because I don't want to get marked for trademark infringement. But our new one looks really cool. The back was designed by our dear friend Cyberwolf1201. So if you would like to help support the show with awesome merch, you can totally do that by going to bit.ly/adventure merch, or you can check out the extension below, as that will get you all hooked up for all of our adventures. We also have special mugs called Mug Shots for our Waterdeep game that just ended yesterday. Each of those has a bust that was drawn by our incredible Danae Keener that you can now find on one of these large boy mugs. With that in mind, you can also check us out and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/indooradventures, because I have gone through and successfully rebranded everything. So you know, no matter where you go, no matter where you try and hide, you can always find us at Indoor Adventures. And with that in mind, I am going to then, wha-bam, go back to this camera. So, whoa. I know, it's cinema magic. So, guys, we're gonna have you go last, Lazybones. But, Jen, who are you playing tonight?
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Tizros Mountain Storm, clan of the River Barrel. She's a monk of the Drunken Ways.
Excellent. GB, who are you playing tonight?
Are we supposed to give our titles, like now?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes, your executive title.
Let's go back to Jen then.
All right. Tizros Mountain Storm, clan of River Barrel, Daleborn, Brew, Cast Inquisitor, Herald of Bunny and New Ale, monastic keeper of old ways, brewcraft guardian of the wild ways, patron of coin and drink, and shepherd of kobolds.
A kobold shepherd, I love it.
The brewery does employ many kobolds.
Kobolds are my favorite D&D monster.
They're the Oompa
Creature.
Loompas of
Basically.
I love them so much.
Incredible.
All right, now me.
Yeah.
I'll be playing Brogar Bluebeard of Clan Barrelcrack. Icedale Brewmeister General, protector of fresh yet never completely frozen, master of the frosty mug, wielder of Frost Fist, the ever slashy and smashy, the sparkling ice of this morning. And I'm keeper of the secrets of cool, spelled Kewl. I'm an ice sorcerer, storm sorcerer, specializing in ice, I guess, is the best way.
Badass. Danae, who you playing?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be playing Nora Fullflagon. She's the Chief Assistant Marketing Director, licensed brew taster, and best big sister. She's a fighter. That should I say that?
Yeah. I mean, you can. And I'm going to be playing Driddlefisker Brambersnout. He's the chief kombuchologist and brandisher of barley wines at the Clandersnout Mine and Meadery. I am a druid of the Circle of Spores.
Hey, you know, good beer sometimes has that funk. What can I say? And sometimes that's what you need.
Put the funky in the bottle.
There you go. And I am Lazybones, and I am playing everyone else. And importantly, you all are employees of and associate executives of Bugbear's Brews, the premier brewery in the Dwarven hold of Ulm. Known for its wildly famous Bugbear Triple X and owned by its exceedingly eccentric Davi Bugbear Thorensen, who earns his nickname as standing 5'9", which is exceedingly tall for a dwarf.
That dude's massive.
Yes, so about the same size and weight of a bugbear.
And his last name was what? It was Bugbear.
Davi Bugbear Thorensen.
Okay. Got it.
And the four of you find yourself sitting outside of the gates of Ulm, facing towards the caverns of the Underdark that run around the city. In one of your hands is the list of ingredients that you have been charged to acquire. As you pop the wax seal on the envelope and open it up, the ingredient lists reads as followed. 2 Draegloth corneas, 4 Mindflayer tentacles, and last, but most importantly, a TARRASQUE scale. Now, Davi assures you that you can find all of these ingredients in the 3 large lava tubes that lay at the end of the caverns across from Ulm, Amgram's fingers. There are 3 of them. They run north to south, and he assures you that you can find one of those ingredients in each one of those chambers. You have the Draegloth corneas lie in the long-abandoned drow city of Enelon. The TARRASQUE has been sleeping in the middle chamber for the last 10,000 years, and has been assured that is going to sleep for at least another 10,000 by the University of Ulm. Go Drakes. And last but not least, the final chamber is filled with a mysterious fog where people have sworn they have seen a Mindflayer stalking about. Between Ulm and Amgram's fingers lies the Stonebore Expanse, home to the vicious Duragar clan of the same name. Relations between Ulm and the Stonebore clan are cool at best and downright hostile at worst. And unfortunately, at this time, when you all are charged, it is at the worst. As Bugbear has recently discovered a Duragar spy inside the brewery trying to steal the secret recipe for Bugbear's Triple X. Looking out over the cliffs, the darkness of the expanse is dotted with lights, all of the little lights belonging to various small holds that owe their allegiance to the Stoneboar clan. In the center, you see very clearly a large bonfire, burning, visible for miles around. But you have your pick. Which of the 3 fingers would you all like to go to first?
Driddlefisker is not a very smart boy. He's also not particularly charismatic, so he is just gonna kind of look at it and just... I don't really know. I think sleepy. Think the big sleepy man. Tarrasque. He probably... Scale should be easy if he's tired.
Should always do the hardest job first.
Man.
Tarrasque, I say yeah.
Well, what makes you think it's going to be the hardest job if he's just going to be asleep the whole time?
Because we're going to get ingredients, and I think that it'll definitely be dangerous. One of us is going to be dumb and wake him up.
Nose goes.
Don't stick your finger up your nose. Don't.
I wasn't planning on it. I was calling dibs not to wake him up. Nose goes.
I reckon we probably shouldn't try to wake him up to begin with.
I mean, fair enough, but we got the information that it's not going to wake up anyways. So don't wake it up. Let's just grab it and growl.
Sounds like a plan.
Right,
Okay, then.
let's go.
So to make your way across the Stoneboar expanse, hostile territory, are you lot going to move stealthily? Or are you just going to wing it and hope you don't bump into any less than friendly Duragar?
Before we begin, I want to turn into a large snake and then coil my body in such a way that it looks like a modern day motorcycle, where the exhaust port is my snake tail that is more like a rattlesnake end. And I'll kind of like lean myself up next to Nora, and Snakehead will just kind of look at you and kind of motion with the get on.
Have we done this before? I feel like this has happened before.
I feel like it has.
Yeah.
Nora hops on, like swings her leg over, and revs him a little bit.
The tail rattles, and some spores kind of fly off to look like it's exhaust.
Classic.
All right, let's scoot.
And then you hear someone say something along the lines of, "A bicycle made of meat!" And it's Borderlands. There's a psycho there.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging. I don't know how he got here. Temporal rift.
Give me a bucket and I'll show you a bucket.
Yeah.
He does that every time I get on. I don't get it.
I also move faster in my snake form, so it made more sense to me.
Right. All right. So are you all going to try and move stealthily? Then I'm going to need a stealth check from everyone.
Yes.
Oh, dice. Dang it.
The operative word being try.
Yes.
Try to keep it down.
I got a 7. my little rattle tail.
I got a 7 too.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got an 18.
We're perfectly in
18.
sync.
Okay.
An 18, yes. Oh dear.
Yes.
Natty 20.
Oh,
All right.
Like a gentle breeze.
Let's see. So we've got an 18, a 20, and 2 7s. Great. All right.
Hey, where'd you guys go?
Let's see.
I'm like making snow and stuff, trying to hide them.
So as you guys are making your way through the caverns, the way lightly or dimly lit, that's the word I'm thinking of, dimly lit by crystals embedded in the cave wall, you see a orange light coming from above, or coming from ahead. And as you get closer, you hear several people, you hear two voices arguing in Dwarven. And the first one goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, can't you keep that fucking thing in line for once, Fergus?" And you hear the other one go, "Oh, it's not my fault. The thing's hungry. You've seen what Halfdar tries to feed to that thing." And then you hear a brrr and a rattling of chains. And as you come around the corner at full speed and do a sick drift into a stop as in action movies, you see a chasm with lava running down it, about 15 feet deep, and a 10-foot bridge spanning the chasm. And on the other side are two Duergar, one with a shield and a nasty-looking battle axe, the other holding a hand crossbow in one hand, and in the other hand is holding a chain. And the chain goes up to a collar that is around the neck of a troll. And the troll looks at the two of you, and just with a long, what's a good word? Lugubrious. I think that's a word, right? A long, lugubrious tongue licks its jowls and lets out a monster howl and starts dragging its handler towards you. I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
Hi there, big fella.
That's a 15.
Yes. Yes. All right. Diddlefisker, the 15.
The motor snake'll.
Nice. Let the pun begin.
Yes.
11 for Brogar.
Rogar, up at 11.
I ran out of notepads that are of a reasonable length, so I'm using the back of a receipt from Michael's.
Quality.
Should have gone to CVS.
We don't
We
have
got
those
more.
over here.
Let's see. Tizros, what'd you get for initiative?
14.
14, and Nora.
That's a 12.
12 for initiative. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, unlucky for the troll. And for the Duergar, not bad. Okay. So the two Duergar see the party, and you see the one holding the chain lets go and runs forward onto the bridge and takes aim with his hand crossbow at Brogar, and is going to let loose a bolt. Yes, a little tiny hand crossbow. Precisely. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Ting.
It ricochets harmlessly off of your breastplate. And the other Duergar runs forward with his I said battle axe, right? I'm just going with a battle axe. Runs forward with his battle axe and a shield, chainmail rattling as he runs to the other end of the bridge, and he just kind of puts his shield forward and is ready for the first person to come forward. Let's see. Up next is Driddlefisker. Tizros, you are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the same for initiative? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so Driddlefisker. So is Nora still, like, if I move, does that move Nora with me because she's riding me as a mount?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. So I will move forward to where this individual has his shield up and he has his axe. And I am going to try and do the thing that snakes do best. I am going to attempt a constricting attack. So you watch as this motor snake'll tries to turn into an actual snake and do
An actual
snake
snake.
things.
Before that, he is going to attack you because he readied his action
Oh,
to attack
gross.
the first person to come at you.
I'm
Let's
not a
see.
person. I'm a snake.
He rolled a 1.
Yay!
So he swings downward with his battle axe, and it clangs against the stone. And you see he drops it and grabs his wrist. Go! For God's sake! And you know,
All right.
if you've ever smacked a metal pole with another metal pole, you realize how much that will hurt your hand.
Oh! Just the vibration up the wrist. I got a 23 to hit for my constricting attack.
Oh, all right. Is that a contested roll or is it just an attack roll?
No, so it is when I hit, it deals 1d8 plus 2 bludgeoning damage, and then the target is grappled. Period. Until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained, but I can't constrict other creatures.
I see.
So here is.
Yes. So he is very. You wrap him up nice and good.
He got 3 points of bludgeoning damage for my constriction, but he's restrained, which is important.
It's mildly uncomfortable.
Just gonna hang out. I'm gonna do the snake tongue like on his ear if I can, or like right behind it to see if maybe there's some good fungus hanging out behind there.
He's a dirty boy. There's some real good fungus hanging out right there.
Driddlefisker, pleased.
All right, Teesros, you're up.
right.
Nora, you're on deck.
How far is the troll from us?
About 20 feet away.
Oh, that's fine. It's whatever. Oh no, it's something whatever. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no! So as you run forward towards this troll, you don't expect the little lip of where the bridge starts, and you trip and fall prone right at the edge. So there's still about 10 feet to go to the bridge.
Yes. I'll get up. That's 20 feet. Spend half my movement to get up. So I'll just stand there and spend a key point to patient defense the troll.
All right. All right. Let's see. Nora, you are on deck. Or Nora, you're up. Sorry. Brogar, you are on deck. I'm going to say, Driddlefisker, you dumped Nora. Not dumped, but Nora.
I slid out from underneath.
Yeah, gracefully dismounted. So you, Nora, are standing right next to this restricted Duragar. Constricted.
Well, it sounds like it's time to play whack-a-mole.
I'll kind of like separate my coils out to like show you the good spot on his tummy.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna wind up and go for it.
Swing bata. You would have advantage.
Does him being restrained does give me advantage.
Yes.
All right. 17 plus an 8. That's probably gonna hit.
Oh, you clobber this guy.
Woohoo!
25. All right, here comes small damage.
Ooh.
Right. 9 plus 5, 14 bludgeoning damage, and I get a second attack.
Ooh,
Because-
with advantage still?
Yep. All right. Well, that was a 2 and a 3, so
Ooh.
I think not.
Okay. Roll a d4 for me, please, Nora.
Oh no. I'm just a snake and life is a
Wasn't
nightmare.
prepared for
And tell me what you get.
That's a 4.
A 4. Okay, good. You don't clobber your snake friend, he manages. You hit him once in the stomach, and he doubles over. And as you go for like the coup de grace to just break his neck on the downswing, he manages to literally just fall over because he's so out of breath, and your hammer just whoosh eats air.
Oh, geez. There he goes.
Alrighty, Brogar, it's your turn.
Brogar starts doing like this with his hands, like he's making a snowball, and then as he's doing it, it pops into existence a green glowing ball, and he stands back and he looks like he's bowling. And he takes like 2 steps and chucks this ball through the air, and it gets a wicked spin and curls like so, and tries to slam into the troll. It's a chromatic orb of acid.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Very fun.
1.
Oh no! We are off to a resounding start.
Ball right down the
Yeah.
side
The
of
rule
the
is
Exactly.
dwarves can't hit trolls. That's the rule.
It just rolls. It literally gutter balls basically. There's a small rut in the side of the bridge, and you see it kind of stick to the side and fall harmless into the river of lava below. But it is now the troll's turn, and it steps forward and lets out a mighty roar, and it's going to use one of its attacks to try and grapple Teesros. So I need you to make me, Teesros, an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics. Does it have advantage, or do I have that? Or does it have disadvantage, or I have advantage?
I believe patient defense is only against attack rolls, but I would give you advantage on an acrobatics check.
All right, I'll roll acrobatics then. 13 plus 5, 18.
18. What is your dexterity modifier?
My dex is 2.
2. Okay. Well, wait, no. It's meet or beat. So attacker wins. So you manage to almost get out of the way as this thing swipes one of its big claws at you. And one of its claws kind of hooks into your shirt and it lifts you up off the ground and kind of like does a toss to catch you and has you by the legs. And it lets out another roar and it's going to swing you at your good friend Nora, using you as a club. This is my favorite thing to do with trolls, by the way. Let's see. That is going to be a modified 20 to hit you, Nora.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit. So you get clobbered upside the head with your friend Teesros. Let's see.
Sorry. As I just take out a bottle of ale.
Well, yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
smart, see?
Yeah, oops, sorry.
Sorry there.
Oh, it's alright. It's just a big troll.
Yeah. Nora, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Teesros, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And both of your heads are swimming a little bit. It's like when you accidentally headbutt one of your friends, you know?
We both have exceedingly hard heads.
Oh, yes. And then with its final attack, it's going to swing again it's going to swing at you again, Nora, using your friend as a club.
All right, let's see it.
Let's see. That
Does
is
this count as does this? Oh, go ahead.
This is a natural one.
Was it? Oh, okay. It was going to be a natural something.
That is.
I was worried where it was going.
We are 30 minutes into this, and that's like 4 natural ones already.
Welcome to the show.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. So it goes to swing you again as a backhand Teesros, and you manage to wiggle out of its grasp and slide about 10 feet across the bridge. You are now prone, and you are laying right next to the Duragar with the hand crossbow.
Hello, pal.
And he's going to go, oi, and he's just going to point his hand crossbow right down at you and fire a bolt as he's just finished reloading. Let's see here. That is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. You roll out of the way as the crossbow. Cling,
Can
the
I
bolt.
catch its crossbow?
Oh, yes, you can.
I'm gonna try and catch it.
Let's see. So spend a key point and just make an attack roll then, because you don't have to reduce any damage.
Oh wait. Get the right die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Good.
It is 14.
14 to hit.
Yes.
That just barely hits. He's not as heavily armored as his companion is.
I take his crossbow. Or his bolt.
Yeah.
This is mine now? Thanks.
Like there's literally about this far away between the end of his crossbow and your face, and you just perfectly catch it right before it goes into your face.
I just kind of swing it a bit to like, this is going in your eye now.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage. I believe it's a D6 for a hand crossbow, or whatever your martial arts die is.
It is a d6 plus 2 plus my proficiency modifier. Or plus 3 plus my modifier. So 12.
12, it like you leave a long, nasty cut up the side of his face. As he manages to just barely move, so it doesn't go through his chin, but it leaves a long, nasty cut along his cheek. Let's see. It's the Duergar's turn, who's constrained by Draegloth, who is on deck.
Okay.
So he's going to attempt to escape.
Okay.
Is there an escape DC
there
for the snake?
is. It is a DC 14.
All right. He's going to attempt to break out. Wait, no. First, as a bonus action, he's going to cast Enlarge on himself because I forgot that Duergar can do that.
Gross.
So he goes, you hear him say, "Get the fuck off me!" And he just grows massively. And he rolled a natural 15.
Oh, well,
So-
yeah,
So you kind of just pop off of him. And he's gonna pick up his battle axe again, and he's gonna slam it down on you.
Oh,
He's
that's
gonna attempt
rude.
All right,
Step
cool.
2.
He's Steven's within 5 feet of me. Yes,
Yes.
that'll pop off my Cavalier reaction attack for him. Actually, he has to hit. I think. Hold on. I'll wait. I'll wait my turn.
Right. Let's see. That is a 17 to hit you,
Oh, yeah, that totally is.
Draegloth. Oh yeah, and a big old battle axe comes down. Let's see. You take 11 slashing damage.
Okay. I'm still a snake. Yeah.
Still a snake.
Still snake.
Still a snack.
Yes.
Nick.
Would a 15 hit his AC?
That misses, unfortunately.
Okay. She takes a swing at him.
All right, and
I was
it just
actually going to use.
glances.
I'm going to use my reaction. Halo of spores. So as his axe sinks into me, there's just a burst of spores that comes up. So yeah, it needs to yeah, you can use your reaction to deal 1d6 necrotic damage to one creature you can see when it moves or no, sorry. Halo of spores is different than it used to be. So it's only when it moves near me. So it's fine. It just dealt the damage.
I'd let you use it.
I am still a snake.
Yeah, you're still a snake.
I'm still snake.
Well, Mr. Snake, it is your turn.
I am going to try and constrict him once more.
What
I am
size
I am
are
a
you?
large creature. As
You
a
are a large
constrictor
creature.
snake.
Okay,
Yeah.
because okay. Fantastic. So you can still try to constrict him.
Okay, so I am just going to make a wild assumption that a 13 doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, so I just
You-
kind of like try and writhe up on him, but it most certainly
Yeah,
doesn't
he
hit.
like shakes his foot and you go flopping off of him.
And then I will just kind of like coil myself and look intimidating as this very battered snake if I can. Yep, that's all I got.
Alrighty, Teesros, it is your turn. Nora, you are on deck.
I'll stand up, face the door guard.
Mhm.
First attack. No, that misses. Second attack. 19 plus 5.
Oh yeah, you bop him right in the face.
6. Excuse me. So D6. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and then I'll spend a key point to stunning strike him.
Okay, is that a con save?
Yes, it's a DC 14.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that is just a 14.
Oh,
You do want to, you bop him right in the nose, and he recoils, shakes his head, and he's still standing.
Sweet.
just go. Well, all right, pal.
Alrighty. Nora, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go for big boy then.
Big boy. All right, Brogar, you're on deck.
Act first.
Mhm.
That is a 14, so that's a no. And attack second.
Alrighty.
18.
18 hits.
Nice. Here comes damage. Hold on, I have great weapon fighting, don't I? I can reroll ones.
And 2s.
And 2s. But hey, you risk getting a 1 then.
Yes.
No, nobody ever thinks of that. 11 bludgeoning damage.
You swing your ball upwards, straight in between the troll's legs, and you feel it connect with a very certain something between the underneath the troll's ragged loincloth.
Underneath the troll's bridge, so to say.
Yes, as some would say. And it lets out a massive roar of pain. This thing is definitely paying attention to you now.
Oops, excuse me, dear. I'll go ahead and mark him then.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
So he has disadvantage on attacks against other people now?
I believe so, yes. Any attack that doesn't target me. And if he deals damage to anyone else, then other things happen.
Okay. Alrighty. Brogard, is your turn.
All right. Brogar once again looks like he's making a snowball, and as he pulls his hands apart, he gets the big green glob of the chromatic orb. He eyeballs it again, takes his step back. 1, 2, whips the ball of the chromatic orb. That's better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah. Who are you aiming for?
The troll.
Yeah. You smack the troll upside the head of this thing.
All right. Oh my god. Garbage. A mere 6 points of acid damage.
It smacks it and just kind of splats and then falls off, and it turns and looks at you. This thing is not happy with its current situation. But it is now the top of its turn, and you see the acid marks that were caused by your chromatic orbs to slowly knit themselves back together on the side of its face.
Because troll.
It's acid, though. That's right.
Is it one of those? I might.
Yeah, acid and fire.
Oh, well, there we go. Fantastic.
Okay, I was tripping out.
Back
That's
together.
why I was.
What troll is this?
I know that Brogar was freaking out. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Greybeard's a veteran, you guys.
Sorry. Okay. No, he's like, that's the way it should be.
Yes. Okay. It starts to knit together, and then a drop of acid just kind of makes its way, and leaves like a large cut, like it does in every Predator movie ever. Alien movie. Sorry. Let's see. Up next is the troll, and its hubris for attacking its hubris is still targeted at you, Nora. So it's going to let loose with all 3 attacks at you.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
Dear.
Oh no.
First one is a 9, so I'm going to assume that misses.
Yeah, that's missed.
Let's see. Second one is a 19.
That'll hit.
That hits. Okay. And the third one is a 13.
That's a no.
That is a no. Okay, so you block one, get raked across the chest with another, and then you manage to duck under the third one, but its claws still get you. Ooh, we got you. Let's see. 3, 4. All right, so that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage from its 1 claw attack.
Alrighty.
Okay, back to the top of the initiative order. It's still the enlarged Duragar's turn. Who's going to look at the snake that's still bothering him. He's going to swing down at you again.
Oh, you don't have to. But he do.
Sometimes it be like that. Let's see. That is a natural 17. I
Yeah,
assume that's
no,
gonna
that
hit.
totally hits. I have a 12 AC. He's
see.
fine.
Oh. So what
Just-
you're saying is that I shouldn't even bother trying to make sure you don't get hit.
No, I'm good.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see. That is going to be 15 slashing damage to the snake.
Ow!
Okay. So I
You
take
still
13 points of damage in my actual form.
Oof.
I should probably
Oh.
put on armor and things.
Yes.
Is Draegloth a nudist? Is that how much of a hippie he is?
No, he likes leathers.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you just say he likes leathers?
Yeah.
Why would you say it like that?
It's
Look,
you know,
there's a
it's
lot that you don't know about Hill Dwarf Society. Okay.
there was,
This is a
well,
snake that goes between my legs, man. We have to be careful about the things that we say.
I'm just saying, Tuesday night, Waterdeep's over. We're gonna have to move the horn somewhere else.
We have to move it somewhere else.
I mean, he brews kombucha. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a nudist.
Every once in a while.
Being from Oregon, I am surprised.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Get a few
Okay,
kombuchas
cool.
in me. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's the other Duragar's turn, the one against you. And you see him, he pulls out a pick, like a war pick. He's going to try and jab you with it. Teaseros. Gosh, that is another natural one.
Oh,
Like, there it is.
Thank gods are just messing
Yep.
with us at this point.
Natural one. Yep. And he trips over a loose stone and just falls prone and loses his weapon. He is not doing, he's very upset.
How far is he from the troll?
He's about, I would say, 10 feet away from the troll.
Okay. I'm just like, oh, wee lamb.
Yeah. Driddlefisker, you're up. Tezos, you're on deck.
Driddlefisker is gonna kind of like stand up and just. That wasn't very nice. And he is going to take his shield and his scimitar, and his shield actually has what looks to be almost like ant colonies that are on it. Like there are a lot of like divots and holes and stuff that are on it, and he just starts beating the back of it with his scimitar. And as he does, he's going to cast Infestation and summon a swarm of black beetles from inside of his shield to then try and infest this enlarged Duragar.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
that is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
3.
All right,
Oh,
so
a natural 3. So
excellent. Good. He is going to take 7 points of poison damage if he can, and then you should roll a d4.
okay, this is exciting.
Especially because we're so near a lava flow.
Yes, precisely. That is a 1 on the d4.
So he has to move north. And he has to move how
far?
It says that it moves 5 feet in a random direction if it can move, and its speed is at least 5 feet.
Okay. I need you to roll me a d4.
Oh boy. This is
Driddlefisker. Let's
That's a
see
What did you do?
as a 1.
Let's see what happens. That is another 1.
Yep.
Okay. So he stumbles forward. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because he's enlarged. So this would make him trip easier. He stumbles sideways as he starts getting engulfed with beetles, and he trips over the railing, which to a normal dwarf would be at about chest height and very difficult to trip over. But because he's enlarged, it's about like knee-ish level. So if you're moving quick, it might be a bad thing to trip over. So I'm going to give him a strength saving throw to try and hold on to the ledge.
Yes.
Let's see. And that is a 13, which is just barely enough to hang on to the ledge. He's hanging on by his fingertips. So
Yes, good. And we got Greybeard. You got a follow from our dear friend Daddy Warbucks in chat. So, would you like to remind people what happens when you follow our channels?
So if I'm on the show and you're here and you give us a follow, I take this maul and I hit that guy right in the face. It's for you, Daddy Warbucks.
I like it. I like it.
So
All right.
Amazing.
yes.
Let's see. Okay, so Tizros, you're up. You just saw the enlarged Duragar take a bit of a tumble over the side of the bridge.
I'd look to the prone Durgard and say, huh, as I go to pick him up.
He looks pretty jumbled at this point.
I'm going to toss him over the rail.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check. That'd be athletics.
All right. Oh, good. 11.
11. That is a 17 from him. So as you go to try to toss him over, he plants his feet. And you manage to scoot him around so his back is against the rail. But he does not.
I'm like, and then I'll spend a key point to flurry of blows him.
All right, fantastic.
Nope. Definitely not.
Oh no.
It was a 2 and a 6, and I don't think a 12 hits.
You hit him with both, but his skull is so hard, he just shrugs it off. It's just like, ooh, ow.
I just like, pal, just stay down. I mean, I'm not doing well myself, but really, just stay down.
All right, Nora, you're up.
All right.
Rogar, you're on deck.
What does this troll look like he's here against his will?
Make an insight check. I'll let you make an insight check as a bonus action.
Ooh, interesting. Oh, I'm even trained in that. How about a 19?
A 19. You can't really tell whether or not he's here against his will. He looks very unhappy, as you would imagine most trolls do all of the time. But you do recall one of the Duragar saying, as you rounded the corner, do you know what sort of slop we feed this thing? And he looks very hungry.
Oh no, he's a hungry boy. He has chains on him, right? Is he chained down, or were these was a handheld situation?
Yeah, it was a handheld, and there's a dangling chain from his neck with like a black iron collar around it, but that's about as much as he's chained up.
All right. I just wanted to know. I'm gonna attack him.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have a nice moment, but nope.
No.
Does he look sad? I want him to look
Nora
sad
thinks-
when I do this.
Nora thinks to herself, he looks sad. Small.
Punch, punch.
For attack first. Does that one hit?
Sorry, what was the number? 19. Yeah, we got the hits.
All right. Attack the second.
Okay.
That one's going to be a 23. So
that definitely
here
hits.
Here comes damage for those two. 8 plus. So that's 13 bludgeoning damage for the first one. And 15 bludgeoning damage for the second one.
On your first attack, you swing it, and you hit him right on the inside of his knee, and it just bows outwards as you land a nice, solid hit on the side of the knee. And he falls down on one knee, and you slam him across the jaw with the second blow from your maul. He's still standing, but he does not look happy at all about having his favorite knee broken. And we are going to move on to Brogar.
All right, Brogar says, I haven't had enough beer to be bowling yet. So he walks up, and who's standing next to each other? Closest to each other of the other three?
Of the other three, let's see, Tizros is about 10 feet, like on the other side of the bridge, pushing the Duragar against the railing. The enlarged Duragar is still hanging on by his fingertips, about 10 feet away from you. If you are standing next to the troll, you are standing next to Nora, and on the other side of Nora is Driddlefisker.
All right. Then I will get betwixt those two, hopefully without getting an attack of opportunity. And
Fine.
he whips his hand around, and all of a sudden it looks like a little shot glass full of some red liquid. And then he waves his hand over it, and there's a second shot glass full of liquid, and he puts them in his hands, and then he shoves them into those guys' mouths. So they gulp down a shot of whatever it is, and it's like cinnamon schnapps or something. And you guys like go to belch, and you feel that you could spit fire because I twin spelled dragon's breath on them. So now they can cone 15-foot cone of fire damage, 3d6, and the whoever they attack, 15 dexterity save.
That
Awesome.
right now.
No, on your turn. It's your action to use it.
And who is this on?
Who was Nora and you, I think. You guys
Okay.
were standing close together, so
Yeah. I'll take your booze.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, it is the troll's turn, and let's see. Where did I put my d20? Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's gone forever.
Yes, she's gone forever. Let's see. Ooh, that is a natural 20 against you, Nora, with its claws.
No.
Is very
Oh, dear.
unhappy. Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh my.
Let's see. Let's see. And then that is a modified 20 for a second attack. And then his third attack he is going to make against Brogar. And this would still have disadvantage because you're still marking him, correct, Nora?
That only lasts until the end of my next turn.
I
So that'll be a no.
Okay, so next
However,
attack.
if I'm still up after that 2 damage, I will use my reaction to attack him for attacking someone else.
I see. And that is a natural 16 to hit you. So that's like a 22 to hit you, Brogar.
oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
definitely.
Let's see. So the first attack that hits you on a crit only deals 11 damage.
Oh, bless.
Let's see. The second attack deals another 11 damage. So it's 22 slashing damage in total against you, Nora.
22?
And- yes.
All
And
of it?
then- Yes, that's all of it.
Okay.
And then against Brugar.
I'd actually like to. I apologize. Instead of attacking him, I'm going to use a reaction. Use my reaction to do a warding maneuver. And I'm going to roll a d8, and that will subtract from his original attack.
Against
if
you or against Brogar?
Against Brogar.
Okay.
I can't do shit for me.
I
All of my
see.
stuff is for friends.
Aw,
Selfless.
All right. So does subtracting 3 do anything
Uh,
helpful?
From his attack roll or from his damage roll?
From his damage or attack roll? Sorry.
Attack roll would, from a 22, bump it down to a 19.
still hits.
All right.
Still hits.
All right. You have resistance
trying.
against the damage. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Not a total wash.
Yeah. That's
Fantastic.
awesome.
So that is going to be 15 damage reduced to 7
Perfect.
because you have resistance.
So what that looks like is Nora just steps between them and takes a swing at his arm with her maul, and he just has a glancing blow off of Brogar instead of full on hitting him.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it.
Let's see.
Oh, you know, I try.
Oh.
Let's see. All right, so the Durgar who's hanging is going to try and pull himself up. Are you kidding me? Another one.
Yeah!
Wow.
So do
moly.
you know what that means? That means he falls into the lava.
Yay! I needed that body, but yay!
All right. Okay, and then the one, he's just going to try to headbutt you, Teasros. He's very upset. Let's see. A 2! Wow! So that's going to be like a 6 to hit.
Pal, I just grab him by his face. Try harder.
Okay, Driddlefisker, you're up.
Just, I'm gonna look over at this other. Is there any way that I could like position myself so that way I could flame breath on the dwarf and the troll?
You would, no matter how you kind of arrange it, you would hit Tizros.
I'll do it anyways.
She's a monk and she has evasion, so
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine.
I mean,
it's going
I'll
fine.
dodge. If I dodge.
So,
if I dodge.
so Driddlefisker just like opens up his mouth and just hot, and just and just spews out this flame breath towards the troll and Tizros.
all right. Let's see. So the troll, that is a 9 on its dex saving throw.
Which I believe is a fail. Is that right, GB?
Yes, that is a failure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's
Let's see.
15 is the target.
The Duragar got a 13 on its dex saving throw.
Nice.
And from Tizros,
14?
14. I don't think that succeeds. The DC is 15, correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right, but you take half damage anyway, Tizros, because you were a monk and you have evasion.
Right,
And it's
then
3d6 fire damage.
3d6. Okay.
I don't think I get evasion until level 8.
I think monks get evasion at level 7.
11 points of fire damage.
Let me check real quick. Ooh.
I get tipsy sway that can redirect attacks.
Am I? That's Rangers. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think I get it into.
It would say on your D&D Beyond character sheet if you had it.
Let's see. Monks. Evasion at 7th level.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Why doesn't say that's on there? Jesus.
It's probably under your features and traits.
Great. Yeah.
They should put it somewhere else.
All right. So let's see. Whose turn was that? That was Driddlefisker's.
Yeah. I breathed fire, and then I don't have a bonus action. I
That's
don't
half
think.
of 11.
Yeah, I'm good.
Half of 11 would be 5. You round it
Thank
down.
you.
Yes. But as you're holding this guy, you kind of like put him in front of you as you see the flame coming, and after the flame, it burns you, not very much, but after it's done, you just let him go, and he slumps to the ground.
I just. Oh, pal, you tried.
Hot.
Yes. Okay, it is your turn, Tizros. There is still a very grumpy looking, the very grumpy troll.
I just pat Driddlefisker and just go up to the troll and release some attacks on him.
All right.
18 for the
That
first
hits.
one.
Mhm.
12 for the second.
That's a miss.
All right. The first one. D6 plus 6. So 7
7 damage.
points of damage.
Yeah, crack him right at like the base of the jaw. He's. You hear a nice little snap as it goes a little out of place.
And I'll spend a key point to stunning strike him.
All right, con save.
DC 14.
There's a 10. He is stunned. He has
Yes!
stunned the troll. That blow to the bottom of the jaw. That's where you got to get him. Let's see. Nora, you're up. Brogar, you are up next.
Now the dragon's breath will last for a minute so long as you keep concentration. Yes.
Yep. Oh,
All right,
I
I'm
did
gonna.
forget to take a concentration check when I took that damage, but I'm a warcaster, so I have advantage.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, thank goodness! I just rolled a 1. We're cursed with 1s tonight, man.
That's why it's one-shot Wednesday.
Ah!
And about a 15 slides us past. so.
Yeah, that would be a
Nice.
success.
Oh, whew.
I'm going to Save that dragon breath for next round, and I'm
Alrighty.
going to attack at the troll.
You have advantage because he's
Oh,
stunned.
Nice.
I've stunned the monster.
Second burst, same as the first. A 23 probably hits.
Yes.
I'm gonna start doing damage per attack now. Ooh, max damage.
Ooh.
I got
So
those
17,
claws.
17 bludgeoning for attack the first. Here comes attack the second. Does a 15 hit?
15 just barely
Well, actually,
hits.
sorry. Oh, at 18. It's actually an 18. Sorry. I got my numbers mixed up. Cool.
Well, that still hits.
And then 13 bludgeoning damage for the second one.
13 bludgeoning damage. With one big hit, so his jaw's kind of dislocated one way, you dislocate it the other way, and as its head is down, you bring a nice solid swing onto the back of its neck, and you just hear this crunch as it falls over. He is dead. You've killed the troll.
I'm
jeez.
gonna cough and use my fungal infestation. Or no, because it's not a beast. Never mind. It's not a beast or a humanoid. We're good.
No.
Should I be concerned?
No.
I feel
No,
like
it's fine.
there's a very disturbing thing about to happen.
Yeah, y'all may
We're out of
wanna,
combat, yes?
start
Yes.
to breathe on him. Get it,
Oh, okay. Give me just a second, and she'll, and then just like belch forth a gout of flame.
And it burns the. You now have blackened troll. If
Oh, look at you two, you wee dragons.
Excuse me.
I was really hoping to get that on you before you were knocked out of snake form. So you're this little snake, fire breath, you know.
Fire breathing snake. That'd be
Make
freaking rad.
Okay, so you guys have defeated the Duragar patrol with the very grumpy troll. And as you guys walk for a couple more hours, you eventually come to the middle of the three of Amgram's fingers, where the Tarrasque is rumored to have been sleeping for the last 10,000 years. As you are,
Take a short rest.
yeah, sure. Go ahead and take a short rest. Go ahead and spend as many hit die as you like. I'm not 100% sure how short rest rules work because no one ever uses them.
We use them all the time.
I mean, if you play in a
So-
party that has like a warlock and a monk, then I suppose you would use them a lot more.
Mhm.
I never use them in my own game.
All right, and
You hear that, party? Ask for more short rests so I know what the rules are.
all right. I went back to max health by spending some hit die.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, it should have. Did I hit the wrong thing?
1d8.
Oh, and my wild shapes came back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, look at that.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So, you know what that means. Back to Motor Snakel.
One.
Yeah, so as you guys, take your short rest, have a sip of beer, I would imagine at least one person brought a keg of
Yes.
beer with them.
Tiz just kind of sits down a big cast and says,
Cheers.
"This is my favorite. It's whiskey."
Ah, yes. Fantastic.
It's just the
All right.
snake taking some drinks.
Lapping it up.
Mhm.
All
Goes
right,
out for
so
Guinness. What's his mine?
as you approach where the Tarrasque is rumored to be sleeping, you see that the ground is littered with scrap metal, broken contraptions, and small bones. And upon closer inspection, you can also see that a lot of these small piles of junk are trapped. In fact, there's traps everywhere, none of them very well disguised, nor even functioning at first glance. As you walk, you see looming out of the darkness in front of you tall spires, very very rickety looking, I suppose, looming out of the darkness. And there's dozens of them. And as you get closer, you see there's even more dozens of ramshackle houses built. And that's when you first start to see it. You see the flecks of rust red and the gray and the brown and massive spines poking out as well. And as you all glance slowly, you see it slowly rise and then lower, and then rise and then lower. And you put it together, there is a city built on top of the Tarrasque.
And are the rickety towers like wobbling as
Yes.
as
Of course. In fact, you see one collapse as just like as you get closer. But suddenly, a crude-looking spear sinks into the ground in front of you, Nora. And then all of a sudden, dozens of kobolds poke up from around from out of piles of junk, seemingly out of nowhere. You see like a piece of rock come up and slide backwards, and about 7 kobolds climb out of a small hole. And then you see one dressed as a kobold's interpretation of a chivalric knight riding on top of what can only be a snake made out of lava. Comes slithering towards you. They are not hostile to you, but they are keeping a watchful eye. And the one on top of the magma snake says in broken common, "Why come here? Come here to please Big God?"
Turn to the others.
Here.
They're so adorable.
Nora looks at the fire snake and looks down at her snake and looks up at the fire snake again. Oh, hey there. We're just passing through.
No, we're not. We came to get the scale of the monster.
Scale? You come to take from Big God? And he like points back at the city.
Oh.
I'd prefer one we just pick up off the ground.
Yeah, just like a little one.
No, take. Big God sacred. Big God give warm. Big God give happy. Big God want temple from us. We build home on Big God. Here, come. And he like beckons all of you. And does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
No, I
Un
don't.
momento.
I considered it.
No. Dwarvish, common, primordial.
The boring trifecta of common, dwarvish, elfish. So
No.
I know my party members are talking shit about me.
I know druidic, gnomish, dwarvish, and common. Those gnomes know how to make a mighty fine kombucha. Let me just say.
Yes.
Like, is it like, I feel like gnomish and halfling are like the most useless languages.
Let's see here.
But you know, that's just my opinion.
So do you all follow this kobold abreast the fire snake?
Yes.
Yeah.
They lead you into the city, and the first thing that you notice is that it is uncomfortably warm. Working in a brewery where there's a lot of boilers, it does tend to get a little warm in there. But it must be at least, I would say, like 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
As a snake, this is awesome. This feels so nice.
And the ground beneath you slowly raises and lowers as you walk. But as you are walking through the city, you see poking out from windows and over balconies and in alleyways, there are thousands of kobolds living here on this Tarrasque. It is a ramshackle city that gets all of its warmth and probably all of its power from this mighty creature. But as you guys walk for about half an hour, you end up inside of what looks like a temple. And it seems to be the only building that has had any care or thought put into its construction. It looks almost like a Gothic cathedral with spires sticking up almost 50 feet into the air above the Tarrasque. And there's a door. And despite being dwarves, you all have to duck to get through the door. And once you're inside, it's like nice. It seems there's carpet on the ground. There seems to be pews almost made out of rough hewn rock. And there you see at the end of the long concourse through the temple is an altar. But instead of sticking up into the air on like a dais or a plinth, it seems to be sunken into the ground. And the kobold looks at you and says, "You want scale from Big God? We make trade."
I just pick up a stray kobold and hug it to my chest.
And like starts to struggle.
What?
And it just like relaxes after a moment.
You guys have seen the sweat just rolling off of poor Brogar, and then it freezes into droplets, and then it turns to droplet to water again, then it freezes as it moves, and he's miserable. He's utterly miserable. He usually works in the ice house at the brewery. So but he'll so what's your deal then? This bargain.
We take hard metals for build and hit. And he like wraps metal against himself, and for protect. You protect, he attack.
Most important.
He is
Yes.
snack.
I take the kobold I'm hugging and kind of move it to one side and take out my cooking pot. You want this? I mean,
Ooh. He immediately takes it, looks at it, takes off his own helmet, and then puts it on his head. And like,
I love them so much.
Anyone other?
Looking now.
I'm just a snake.
Nora's going to rummage around in her bag and pull out a fancy looking cast iron flagon and be like, well, this here is a genuine replica of the original full flagon.
Oh.
I can autograph it if you like.
Oh. The kobold seems very impressed with this. Yes. And then, he like greedily takes it, and he like inspects it and is like flipping it over, and he just turns and sees another kobold and tosses it to the kobold. Yeah. Pegs the kobold in the face. Immediately like takes it, looks at it, chitters something in Draconic, and then scurries through a small hole in the wall. And then still abreast on his magma snake, the kobold points at Driddlefisker and says, "Ooh, we want that new ride. Yes."
The snake shakes its head no.
Now hold on there. First of all, he's not made of metal. That wasn't our deal, you scamps. That's not how it goes.
And as a
And
distraction,
second of all, he's mine.
Make a persuasion check. Make a
That is a
persuasion
dwarven
check.
being that belongs to me.
Fierce nodding from the snake.
Well, the good news is that I'm trained in that. The bad news is I don't have a modifier. So that's going to be a flat 10. That's a modified flat 10. Just 10. You get a 10.
Well,
I am perfectly average.
Well, he rolled an 8 on his wisdom saving throw, so
Yeah.
you succeed. Congrats.
Perfectly
There you
average, perfectly adequate.
Okay, but What other equipment do you have? Do you have another weapon on you, Nora?
Rogar to go.
All I have is the maul.
Whirls his hand, and a python comes up using prestidigitation. Second and a third, and he says, "Not only the 3, a 4 and a 5, 5 pythons." And he hands him over.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. He looks in ecstasy.
Right.
Tiz is just holding this kobold up. It's like, fucking love this place as fast as I do care. It's could die here.
Nora watches with just as much
Oops.
rapture. Just like, oh wow, there's 5 of them now. I thought he was gonna stop at 3.
So I rolled an 8, and then I rolled another 8, but I'm +7, so those are both 15s.
Okay, yeah. He like greedily snatches them up, and he points you down into the altar. There's like 3 steps. It goes down probably about like 2 feet, and there you see a conspicuously loose-looking scale.
I look to Nora. Will you give me a hand with this?
Oh sure.
Either both of you guys can make athletics checks, or one of you can make it with advantage.
Hey, Nora, how about you with advantage? I'll assist.
I'll do it. Watch, this is gonna be the part where I roll 2 ones. I did not.
It's 2 2s.
No, I just have to wrap my art major brain around math.
Math.
Math. 22.
22. All right. Side note: as a theater major, D&D is the only reason why I can still do math. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So a 22. It takes a couple like jerks, but with a nice popping noise, you have the scale free. It is about as tall as you are, Nora.
Cool.
It's pretty big. With enough care and attention, this could be fashioned into a small cask or barrel.
Ooh.
But as you pull it out, the ground shifts ever so slightly, and the where kind of the small pit. So there's steps that go down, and then there's just exposed scale. And in this pit, it seems to split in 2. And there, staring up at you, is the golden eye of the Tarrasque. And you see it kind of flit between you guys. And suddenly the ground starts shaking. Debris is falling from the ceiling. The kobolds, your attendant, starts yelling orders in Draconic, starts yelling curses in Draconic at all of you, and scurries out of the building. What do all of you do?
I'm going to quickly rear around to Nora.
Y'all want to go away?
Couldn't hear you, Wings.
Sorry, we both talked at once. You're gonna quickly run around to Nora.
I am going to in my bike form as my motor snakel. I'm going to peel out, and like Kit as the car from Knight Rider, I will be there when you most need me to hop on.
All right.
Nora hops on, holding that scale behind her back.
Okay. Let's see. So as you guys are running out of the city, are you
I still have the kobold with me. I'm not letting this guy go. He's mine.
Okay.
He's our son now.
What's your sneak speed?
My sneak speed is 30.
Nice. That's faster than me. Let's do this.
Yes.
I'm moving up 40.
So we are going to do a skill challenge. So
Oh boy.
everyone roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, I'm getting all my 4th edition itches scratched.
Yes.
I'm marking things. I'm doing skill challenges.
Yeah. Okay, so Driddlefisker with a 10.
Yes.
Brogar, same, 10.
10. Who has the higher dex mod?
+3.
+2.
+3. Okay, so Brogard is first. And Tizros, what'd you get?
17.
17. And Nora, what'd you get on your initiative roll?
15.
15. Wow, not bad. Okay, so Tizros, you are up first for the skill challenge. What skill would you like to use and why? And how would it assist you in escaping the city as it is collapsing?
I will use my acrobatics because I'm jumping and leaping over things, and that's a very monkey thing to do while holding my new kobold son.
All right, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
Awesome. 10.
10. As you are running, you think you spy what would be a good route to take, and as you're leading the party into an alleyway, all of a sudden a building crashes right in front of you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dex save. 19.
19. All right. So you managed to jump out of the way of any falling rubble, but you can't go that way. So that is considered a failure in the skill challenge. So up next is Nora. What skill would you like to use, and how does it assist your party in escaping from the city?
Well,
For
I
those of
reckon
you, yes.
there's as that building falls, I want to say like some rubble starts falling on us.
Mhm.
So I want to whip out my maul and just like smash a rock before it flattens me and snake.
Motor Sneckle.
Motorcycle.
Motor sneckle. God. So I with an athletics check.
Sure. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Alrighty, that's going to be a dirty 20.
Hey, so a la Daniel Craig from Casino Royale in the chase scene at the beginning of the movie, you just like crash through several walls, making a hole for the rest of your party, and they follow through. So that is one success in the skill challenge. Let's see. Yes. Up next is Brogar. What skill would you like to use? Keep in mind you cannot use the same skill twice. So as soon as someone else in the party has used it,
I will use persuasion, and I will brandish my crowbar from my pack, and I'm offering to trade it basically to any kobold who can show us the fastest way out of said disaster.
okay, make a persuasion check. DC is going to be a little higher on this because you're going to be hard pressed to find a kobold that speaks common.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm waving the metal around like
Yeah, exactly.
16 plus 7 is some big number.
Yeah. So you wave your crowbar around, and literally a kobold leaps out of a building and like grabs onto it, such as their instinct for scavenging metal. And he looks at you right in the eye, and he goes, "What you want?"
How do we get out of here?
And he just points, still hanging on.
And I'll carry him like a divining rod forward, and dangling, pointing.
We have 2 kobolds now, just so we know.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. So that is 2 successes. Driddlefisker, what are you doing?
Oh Christ. So I as a snake.
Yes.
Well, I'm good at going fast, specifically 5 feet faster than an average dwarf.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, like Sanic. So I'm going to see about. So they had like a religious cult set up to this large creature. I'm maybe guessing that the rest of this city was built in a mildly religious way. Would I be able to use my religion check to kind of like pair up cities that I've seen before as to like, oh, they would have this district in this place because of the deity that they follow?
Sure. Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Awesome. That's 13.
At 13, that is not enough, unfortunately. So you're at
Snake.
2 failures and 2 successes. So I need Teasros. I need you to go ahead and make me pick a skill, and why does it apply to this situation?
Tiebreaker.
Best of 5.
Believe in you.
Okay. Oh, right. This is going to be a bit of a stretch. I will go into insight to determine how rats flee a sinking ship.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
To interpret their paths and patterns, and
Yeah.
hopefully they're leading the right way with assistance from our new friend.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make an insight check.
19 plus 6, so 25.
Oh, yes. So with that, it's the kobolds who seem to be running out of the city, though. They seem to be running towards the temple.
Oh.
For some reason. With an insight check that high, you can only imagine that they think this is their rapture. Only the most devout of kobolds are going to the big god in the sky.
I'll turn to the other. They're freaking crazy. Just follow the one on the stick.
Yeah, and he still entirely enraptured by your offer of a stick of iron. You are led out of the city, the party, and as you think you step off of the kobold and make it about 30-40 feet away, you turn around and you see the kobold roll over.
The Tarrasque?
The Tarrasque, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see the
Really big.
You see the whole Tarrasque roll over, crushing the city underneath it.
Oh.
Kobold jelly.
And he just goes back to sleep.
Yep, and you hear, when your dog like rolls over and it does that.
Oh, amazing.
It basically does one of that, although it blows like a huge dust cloud into all of you.
With kobolds.
Yeah, parts of kobolds.
I'd look at our 2 new kobold sons and says, "You can live with us now."
Amazing. Also, I've just now decided that when Nora rides the snake, she has a pair of goggles on. So she's going to flip her goggles up and be all like, "There, I see. I told you we wouldn't wake it up." Vroom, vroom.
Snake tail just rattles.
All right, so that is 1 ingredient of the 3. So to the north of you, you have the abandoned drow city of Enelon, where you would imagine you'd be able to find a Draegloth. And to the south, you have the fog-filled cavern, where there have been sightings of a Mindflayer.
All right. And we will decide where to go after we get back from our break, because it is break time already. So, I want to say thank you, Lazybones, for running this. This is amazing. I love these kobold sons. I want more.
Kobold
I
fun.
want to collect them all.
I was running this for a few friends last week, and when the kobold rolled over, one of them asked how much XP they got for killing an entire city of thousands.
That's old school. That's old school thinking right
That is
there.
old school D&D thinking, yes.
That's incredible. So, we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So, don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to bit.ly/adventure merch and pick yourself up an awesome shirt, a mug, or a hoodie. I took mine off because the light that I have makes this room very warm, and I am dreading the summer. But we are going to try and be back very shortly, so don't go no place, and we will see you guys then. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back from our break. That's it. We have 2 different tunnels that we need to go into. One with a with a Draegloth cornea and Mindflayer tentacles.
Yes, I got another beer.
Yes.
So I'm going to be a more fun DM after this.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Fun thing about those beers, they can fit inside of these indoor adventure mugs.
Classic.
Classic.
You should get
Greybeard, what's a Draegloth?
a nightmare incarnate.
Yes, she's got it. I believe they're talking about a Draco Lich, and that's a undead dragon who has used magic to prolong its own life.
Well, if some of you would like to roll a nature check to back in, if that is
Stop
where you're ahead of
discussing
next.
out of character knowledge.
Yeah. I expected that's what we were doing.
21.
I do
Hold the
not
phone.
scare. I got kobolds to stuff into my backpack to keep comfortable.
I sure do have a -2 to nature, so let me just see right here. Oh, that's a 6 on the dice, so I've got a 4.
Draegloth, what's that?
19.
What's a Drake? Hold on, let's just have the exact same conversation, but in character.
Yes. No, a Draegloth to Driddlefisker and to Brogar is the unholy union between a male drow and a Glabberzu demon.
Mm.
Whoa!
It is.
I've never heard of that before.
It is canine in feature and has 4 arms and can cast spells.
Oh, my fighter in my last
I
campaign
heard
went
you
against one of
wrong.
them.
Old man
Yes.
brain.
They're awful.
How is that spelled? Is it DRAGO?
DREG.
Yeah, Draegloth.
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 They're both nightmares incarnate.
Yes.
Indeed.
Outside of character. Diz has no idea what it is. She's happy with her little kobold babies.
Driddlefisker knows, but is currently Snake, so can't really elaborate.
I
She's
don't
kind
believe
of
they
close to
exist.
one of them.
You don't believe they exist. Yes.
No.
I guess hi, Birdie. Okay. All right. So you guys make your way to the northernmost tunnel, to the abandoned drow city of Enelon. Enelon has long been a site to scavenge for ancient artifacts, as well as research for Ulm University. Go Drakes. The most prevalent theory for its abandonment was that long ago, the high priestess of Lolth tried to bring a greater servant into the city to overthrow Ulm, but it was displeased at the city and cursed it with a plague of webs. However, in the last 30 to 40 years, people have started going missing, both scavengers and researchers, and reports of humanoids with large canine bodies with white hair have been more and more common. As you approach the city, you see a large gate, not unlike the one from Ulm, from floor to ceiling, but the gate itself is in ruins, a jumble of iron bars to the side of the entrance. And curiously, everything seems to be covered in spider webs, exceptionally sticky to the touch. As you walk into the city, the first thing that you will notice is the intense quiet. Usually the caves are full of noises, from dripping water to squeaking bats, but the quiet here is almost oppressive. Suddenly, from somewhere in the streets in front of you, a scream rings out from ahead. You all can make a perception check to try and pinpoint where it came from.
Like from ahead the direction, or like ahead disembodied?
No, ahead the direction.
Okay, just had to check. It's the drow.
You know.
That's true.
I got a nat 1, so I don't care. I'm just happy with my kobold.
Another natural one?
Yes.
We need to start counting these, you guys.
That has to be at least the 9th one.
Yeah, no,
I've-
tonight has been a night of ones, and I love
I've been
it.
trying to put little cheer bits in there for everyone.
Yeah, that's 9. So you're at 9, GB.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I got a
perception.
22.
Nice.
Yay!
Thank goodness.
I'm a druid.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for Driddlefisker.
Let's see. You
Son of a
can't.
snake.
You got Turtlefisk. You hear it as you flick out your tongue because that's how they smell. Never mind.
I have tiny little holes on the side of my
Yes. You know exactly where this is coming from with your hawk-like senses. Oh wait, you can't be a hawk. Never mind.
Next level. Next level. I could be a hawk.
Hawk-like.
Yes.
Hawk adjacent.
Yeah, there we go.
One of those foxes with the giant ears, you know.
Yeah. Fennec.
Let's see.
Oh.
And so as you guys make your way forward into the city, you come across a small plaza littered with 3 corpses, 2 of which have been littered with arrows, and the third gored and disemboweled.
What?
And they're
race
3
are they?
dwarves. Yes.
They're dwarves.
Yes.
Oh no, that's what I am.
2 of them appear to be wearing the classic red and gold robes of a researcher at Ulm University. Go Drakes. And the third appears to be wearing the more rugged clothes and armor of one of the city guards in Ulm, probably dispatched to protect these 2.
Did a great job.
In an attempt to stabilize my fluctuating accent, I'm just going to go with the Uper accent in the Nora thing because I can't keep focus. I keep screwing it up. So
It's infectious.
So Driddlefisker is going to leave his snake form. He's going to use his action to break out of that. He's
Okay.
going to start rubbing his hands together and kind of like coughs into them a couple times. Just no use letting these bodies go to waste. And I'll start.
Oh jeez, are you gonna do that thing again?
Yeah, I'm going to start taking 10 minutes to cast Animate Dead on these 3 bodies.
Oh,
I cover the
gosh.
eyes of the kobolds.
Nora looks away with her hands on her hips, just like, oh, come on.
I take out.
as if he's urinating in public, just like
The sound is
he's
there.
always doing this.
The sound is there because I am pulling kombucha out of my packs and like pouring it into their mouths. If I possibly can, just like pouring one out for a homie. But like,
Yeah.
so that way the homie can like enjoy it a little bit when he reses.
Okay. I need Nora to make me a perception check.
Oh, I'm the best person for this, don't you know?
Yes.
12.
12. Let's see. That was just the DC for this perception check. So congrats.
Looking anywhere but there.
Yes, and as you're looking over the dozens of windows overlooking this plaza, you see a dark form dart. You just see them very barely in the very dim light of the cavern, and you see 4 forms. I'm reading my document here. You see 4 forms lean out of the windows, each one with a longbow knocked and drawn towards all of you. You have enough time to warn everyone. Oop. Okay. Because you passed
Right at my teeth.
because you passed the check, none of these attacks have disadvantage, but it's going to be 1 arrow at everyone.
How far into my
Don't
Animate
catch
Death
my
spell
arrow.
am
Trying to catch me.
Roll an Arcana check.
I? Okay. Oh man. That is a 5 on the die, so I don't think that there's any way that does
I'll say
well.
because you're a druid, it could be nature.
Okay.
What is
So with a
this?
nature, that's a 10.
That's a 10. I would say you were about 5 minutes into casting this.
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry. Let's see.
Let's see.
Going from left to right, in my perspective, first attack against Driddlefisker.
Am I next to Jodo Fisker?
It is. It's going to go in Driddlefisker, Nora, Brogar, Tizros. Excuse me. So that is a natural 19 against Driddlefisker.
That's a bummer.
As an arrow buries itself into your shoulder, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage because you're a dwarf.
Okay, thank goodness. So 15.
15. All right. You feel your muscles start to tense up, but you succeed. Let's see. And you take 5 piercing damage against Nora. Let's see. That's going to be a miss. The arrow, like, you see it coming, but you can't raise your shield in time, but it just clangs off your pauldron.
No shield.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. So it just clangs off your shield. No problem. Against Brogar, let's see. That is a 16 to hit.
It's just.
All right. Make me a Constitution saving throw with advantage, please.
I got the wrong chart up. There we go. Con. 15.
15. Again, you feel your muscles start to tense up, but you manage to shake it off. Let's see. And you take 11 points of piercing damage. This one goes right in. And against Tizros, that is another 16 to hit.
Hits, but I will deflect missiles it.
Okay.
And catch it. See if I catch it.
Let's see. Well, that's 5 damage. So if you manage to deflect it, you won't have to make the con saving throw.
Yeah, I got a 19 on the die.
Let's see. To deflect it, you roll a d10 and add your dex mod. Yeah.
Plus 7. Yeah, I rolled a 10 plus 9.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Well, you got it.
I got it. These are my kobold babies.
Yes. Yeah. You catch it. So you can spend a key point and throw it back.
No, I'm gonna keep this and give it to one of my kobold children.
All right. Now I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
Now hold the phone. Did everybody technically get hit except for me? Are you saying that my warning did nothing? No.
Well, they didn't get advantage. Your warning helped because they didn't have advantage. The attacks didn't have advantage against you guys, so they don't.
Okay.
So there's no surprise round. So that's a plus.
Your oop was still successful.
If only just.
Only just.
All right, Driddlefisker, what'd you get for initiative?
15.
15. Let's go. Nora, what'd you get for initiative?
15.
15. What's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 1.
1. All right, you go first. Let's see, and then let's go. Brogar, what'd you get for initiative?
10.
10. And for Tizros, what'd you get for initiative? 9. All right. And then I can delete these. For the... Okay. Let's see. The Drow rolled really well. Oh, boy.
The dex-based characters roll well on initiative.
Wow.
That's so weird.
But you see from the building in front of you, Nora, you see 4 of these. You see 4 of these drow leap out of the windows, all wielding longbows, and they have what looks like 2 short swords on each hip, or a short sword on each hip. And you see they're all wearing this black armor, but you see poking out from beneath the gaps in the armor, you see bits of blue and gray, chunks where flesh is missing. You're fairly certain you can see exposed bone. One of them seems to be missing a nose, and they all have these milky white eyes.
Ooh.
But it is their turn first, and there's going to be another arrow at everyone, and that's going to be their turn. Let's see. That's a natural 1 against Driddlefisker. So you see one of them snap himself in the wrist and drop his bow instinctually. It's a miss against Nora. It's a miss against Brogar. I'm not rolling well tonight, folks.
That's
And
what
that
being
is-
a DM on this channel is like.
And that is a miss against Teaseros. That is just arrows everywhere. All right, so that means up next is Nora with Driddlefisker is on deck.
Did you say they were about 20 feet away?
Yeah.
That's convenient. I'm gonna go sprinting towards the closest one with my maul out.
All right.
Attack first. It's a natural one.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Okay. Let's
We
see.
have officially all rolled nat ones tonight, I think.
That's number 10. No, that's number 11 on the night.
Yeah, that is number 11 for this evening.
Let's see.
The dice
We
gods
can't
hate
have
us.
any more.
Okay.
Or
Oh,
else we have
that.
to do another 900 to get another number that's all ones.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Attack the second. What am I adding to this?
So I'm gonna give you this,
Mm-hmm.
Nora, for your natural one, because I do fumble rules for ones in case you haven't.
Oh,
noticed.
please.
Yes. So I will give you this. You can either fall prone because you overswung and you fell over because you were off balance, or you
Mhm.
can lose your weapon and stay standing. You can drop your weapon. That's not lose it permanently, but you drop it.
I'd like to fall prone.
Fall prone. Okay. So that means your second attack would have disadvantage. Yes.
That's fine.
Mhm. So you are thrown off balance with a mighty blow on your first.
Ooh, so this is fun because the first die that I rolled was a 16 on the die, and the second
All right.
die that I rolled was also a 16 on the die.
Well,
So it changes
fantastic.
nothing.
Go ahead and roll damage, 'cause a natural 16 definitely hits these guys.
Cool. I rolled a 1 on one of these, so and the other one was a 2, so I'm gonna risk it. Risk it for the biscuit.
For the biscuit.
It's another 2. Okay. 7, 8, 13 bludgeoning damage for this boy.
13
boyo.
bludgeoning damage. All right, cool.
So I come
You clip it in the hip, and it jumps to the side.
I come running at him and like swing, and kind of like spin on one leg and then fall on my butt, but continue that swing, and then bloop.
Hey,
Well,
clips.
you've been listening to my techniques. Good job.
Driddlefisker, you're up. Rogar, you're on deck.
So these individuals with like the milky white eyes and bones showing, could I possibly roll a like nature or arcana check? I feel very akin to the aesthetic that they have going on.
Sure, go ahead and make me a nature check as a bonus action.
15.
15. These are drow, and they are also undead. They are undead drow.
I'm gonna point my finger at one and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. Go ahead and make me. I'd say because you're a druid, this could be another nature check.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna give you.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. You point your finger at it, and a beam. I want to say a beam the color of a golden ale shoots out of your finger and hits this thing in the chest, and it just collapses.
Just kind of like steadily nod my head, reach onto the side, open it up, and just take a sip of kombucha and just keep
Of that
nodding.
booch. Yeah, I gotta get that sip of that booch.
Gotta get my booch on.
All right.
My kombucha
Well,
on.
that's one of them down. Okay. Let's see. So you still have your movement.
Yeah.
You could-
I'm going to move. So that way, I am not in the front, if
All right.
possible.
Yeah. So you move like 10, 15 feet back.
Yeah.
Yep. And you are decently far away, and there are other people between you. So
As I'm
more
walking-
likely.
As
Yeah.
I'm walking back, I'll just kind of like pat Brogar on the shoulder and be like, "They're all dead."
And
Sorry about that, man.
speaking of, it is Brogar's turn. Teaseros, you're on deck.
Is there a way that I can get at least 2 of them in a 4 square chunk? It's a 5-foot radius, basically. So,
Yes, you would be able to get 2 of them.
all right. Then I will cast my Snillock's Snowball Swarm. And so the 2 of them need to make dexterity checks, 15 or above.
Okay. First one, that is a failure. The second one, that is a success.
All right. So success for half. And that's 16 total points of damage.
Okay, fantastic.
If they have cold resistance, it doesn't count because I have elemental affinity. I'm so cold.
All right, ice cold.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fantastic. So, what does the spell look like as you cast it?
So before he was making snowballs, and then it would pop into his bowling ball of chromatic orb. This is more like he's calling snowballs from nowhere. So he's like pointing like this, and then the snowballs come down like an orbital bombardment of snowballs, just pop, 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 pop. Like the clouds themselves are blarf, spitting snowball lump at them.
I'm imagining somewhat like that scene from the SpongeBob episode where they have the snowball fight and SpongeBob turns into the snowball machine gun.
Nice. It sounds great.
Does anyone else know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I didn't have Nickelodeon.
I'm sure there's a gift, but
Yeah,
I'm
sure there is. Okay, cool. So up next is Teesros. It is your turn.
Yes. The snowball effect's not gonna affect people entering into it, right?
No, it's an
Okay.
instantaneous.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. And how are they spaced close together, or are they?
Each one is about 10 feet apart, and the one on the furthest end just collapsed after Driddlefisker pointed his finger at it.
Okay.
He
Okay.
did.
So I will get in between 2 of them and strike at one.
Okay.
Or nope. That's a 2. Strike again. For a 16 plus some number. 6. Yes.
All right.
16 plus 6.
6 total to hit. Or
No, it's 16 plus 6, so
oh yes,
21.
22. Yeah, that hits.
20, something like that.
Yeah, definitely hits.
6.
6 damage.
Yes.
Yeah, so you punch one of these things square in the chest with a sun fist, and you feel the ribcage cave in, but it seems to be totally unaffected by it.
Oh,
Or at least it doesn't
gross.
seem to react.
Gross. And now Thor blows it again because I'm like, this is too much for me. It's gross. 18 plus 6.
That's a hit.
And 5 plus 6.
11. That's gonna be a miss.
All right. So 4 damage.
4 damage. Let's see. I'm going to say this is against the one that failed GB's dex saving throw earlier in the snowball storm. That sound fair to you?
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah. So you pop it once in the chest and feel it cave in. You go to throw an elbow and it blocks, and then you throw your other fist right at its jaw, and its head turns like 270 degrees as you pop it in the jaw real good, and the body collapses, but you can see the head is still like moving. It's still like the eyes are still looking at you and following as you move around, but the body has been taken out of the fight.
Walking Dead rules.
It just kind of nudged away from me with my foot a bit. That's not nice.
I like
Do
to
not.
imagine the kobolds on your back are
The
covering
skull
each other's
stain.
eyes.
Okay, it is back to the Drow's turn. Let's see. Make a
All right. If one adjacent to me is going to attack, I will react from the ground. But I mean, like, if one adjacent to me attacks someone who isn't me,
The one
though I
adjacent-
am just spread out on the ground in front of them like a buffet. So
the the two drow, or the one drow who's standing next to you, pulls out both of its short swords and is going to make 2 attacks against you.
okay.
We'll see the first one. That is going to be an 18.
Oh, that hits exactly.
All right. Let's see. You take 6 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw with advantage because you're
With advantage because dwarf.
yes.
Oh, natural 20.
All right. You don't even feel the poison on the blade. Let's see. And its second attack. That is a natural 20.
Oh, good.
All right.
I have 2 natural 20s tonight.
Turning it around. Let's see. And I rolled a 2 and a 1 on its damage die. So that is 6 piercing damage and another Constitution saving throw.
Ready? It's a 14 on the die. I'm gonna guess that's
A 14 is just enough. You feel all of your muscles start to seize up, but you just manage to, you just flex really hard, and you're okay. Yes.
Ooh, that tickles.
Yeah. It is now your turn, though.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Why, I'm gonna stand up. I'm going to become 2 feet higher from the ground than I was before. It makes a lot of difference. And I'm going to attack one of these bad boys.
Alrighty.
With my maul. How does a 23 treat you?
A 23 is definitely a hit.
Okay. 14 bludgeoning damage. Attack
Ooh.
the second. Oh, actually, how's he feeling?
He
okay?
looks very. You hit it again, like you hit it in one hip once, and now you've hit it in the other hip, but like just where the leg kind of meets it, and you actually hit it so hard with your maul, it separates the leg from the body. Like just in one big clean hit, the leg comes off. It is still on the ground writhing, but it is combat ineffective. Is what I'm going to say. So you have
Turned
killed.
to the other one.
Yes.
How you feeling
Alright.
there, Aid? That looks painful.
Oh, that's smart. Here
Sometimes
comes
you just
that
can't get a leg up on life, eh?
Yes, he has drumsticks now.
Thank you, LB.
As I'm ready to go. Just can't keep your legs under you. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, no, that's a hit.
Alrighty, re-rolling a 1. Alright, 10 plus 5, 15 bludgeoning damage for the other boy.
Okay, you smack this thing straight in the chest, and you feel the bones cave in, and you feel like what would be the spine kind of flex with your hit, but it is still standing. You have not damaged the spine enough to render it ineffective. Let's see. So next up is Driddlefisker.
Just
Punch it. Punch it.
I'm gonna just extend a hand out and try and chill touch it.
Chill touch it.
Yeah.
Not inappropriately, but poorly named cantrip in the
It
entire.
really is, though. You
Yeah.
would think it would do ice damage.
I saw a really good punny name on Reddit for it the other day, and I forget what it is, and I'm beating myself
Oh
up.
my god. If you find it, let me know. I will forever rename Chill Touch to something better. But I am going to try and Chill Touch this guy, because, I mean, he looks pretty beat up. I heard the snappy
Yes.
sound of a spine.
Okay, here it is. Yes. Okay, the better name for Chill Touch is called a Lich Slap.
I'm a lich slap this fool. What's up?
Or
I'm hoping.
Alternatively, lich slap or white hook.
I'm gonna give him a lich slap.
Okay, give it.
Wait.
It's a lit slap.
Yes,
That was a 12 to hit.
that is a miss.
Okay. And Driddlefisker kind of just like takes a few side steps behind Brogar and just pulls out some, like, finishes off the kombucha drink he's enjoying.
Yes. Okay. That is when you hear
Amazing.
a roar come from behind you, and you hear a ka-chung, 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 and you look behind you, and climbing down the building behind you is this large canine creature with 2 sets of arms and a whole mane of snow white hair, and it lets out a long howl and lunges at you, Dribblefisker.
Sweet, I finally get to use my reaction for my Halo of Spores.
He just scares them so bad he farts spores.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, I'm in the middle of drinking my kombucha, so I'm startled and I just start coughing because it was trying to go down the wrong pipe. But as a result, all of these spores are released. So
There's
it
definitely
needs to make a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
as I spit these spores out towards it for me spitting up kombucha.
That is a 16 on its con saving throw.
It doesn't take anything from my Halo of Spores because you succeeded.
And it's going to attack you with its claws, its big, meaty claws.
Just hands up, please, God, no.
Please, owned Michael Scott no.gif.
No! Oh, God, no!
That is a 23 to hit on the first attack.
It doesn't hit. It's too high.
Yeah.
It's too much.
On the second attack, that is a 27 to hit. Let's see.
You're
So,
That's a solid.
let's see. So let's see. So the first attack. Ooh, ouch.
Ouch. That's not a good name.
That is 23 slashing damage.
Ooh. Okay.
On the second attack's worth of damage. Not as good. That is only 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. Let's see. So who's up after Driddlefisker? Brogard, is your turn. Teaserus, you are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
This large canine creature just mauled your friend right behind you.
yep. So from the way we were standing is there any way to touch Nora and Driddlefisker or Tiz and Nora?
You could touch Tiz and Nora.
All right. So
What's your movement?
25.
Yeah, if you spend all of your movement, you could touch both of them.
All right. Sorry to abandon you, Driddlefisker.
Go for it.
Why?
I like Snake Boy's dead. I gotta go.
You're on your own.
Booch Boy is dead. I'm out of here.
Wilp, it's time to get off the porch. And so he runs over and he runs over and again he does the little shot glass trick, except this time it looks like there's something brown in them, and he glups this at you and you're like, tastes like coffee. And I twin cast haste on them.
Yes!
Ooh.
Oh, taste is my favorite.
Thank you.
So I get
It's a coffee stout.
a lot of
Yeah.
attacks.
It's
Yeah.
just Bailey's.
And you are also,
Just
you
pour
also double your
Baileys.
go 80 feet per
I
round.
can go 80
now.
feet and just leave all of you behind. Just fine.
Take your 2
Yeah.
guns and leave.
Your +2 to AC, has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns. That action can be used only to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. That's and then as long as I can keep concentration for 1 minute. So
Awesome. That changes my whole plan.
That's great. Tizros, it is your turn.
So it's like I turned it over. You got the dead guys? Good.
Nora's
And I go
vibrating.
towards the puppy drow. And I will attack him 3 times. First time.
Okay.
Miss on that one. 17 plus 6.
That's a hit.
Miss on second, third one. Yes, third one. And then I'll flurry of blows him.
Okay.
7 plus 6.
13. That's a miss.
13.
13's a miss.
Okay, miss. 15 plus 6.
That's a hit. So 2
Okay,
hits.
so 2.
Bap, bap, bap.
9 for the first hit.
Okay.
Another 9 for the second hit.
Oh, dang. Okay, yeah. You whack. You punch it in its stupid drow face. And it turns its head. You see it spit out what looks like a canine, and it turns and lets out a growl at you.
And because I flurry to blows it, I have the disengage action. And I'll just pull away, increasing my speed to 90 feet for a moment. Go back to the dead guys. Hey, so these were my children. They're very cute. You like them?
You want
They're
to see me run
both
to that guy and back? You want to see me do it again?
your 2 kobold children are both looking a little queasy from the experience.
Oh,
They're moving so fast.
This is Eleanor and this is Northumbridge. They're very cute.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Back to the top of the initiative order. It is the Drow's turn. The one that is still alive? Yes. The one that is still alive.
Alive.
Alive. Combat functioning.
Combat functioning, yeah.
There we
He's
go.
the one I'm showing my new children to.
It is going to draw both of its short swords and is going to make one attack against each of your kobold children.
I will hit this person.
I
Again.
attack him with a reaction.
It's
Don't
true.
kill
Let's
my
see.
children.
That is a natural 20 against Northumbridge.
We just named them.
Wait,
Named them and everything!
Nora,
I was gonna send them to
I
school!
super love
Ward,
you.
ward. I ward instead of attacking.
I'm gonna use my reaction and redirect the attack towards Nora.
Oh, right.
I take it gladly.
Because you can do that. Okay. Does it redirect the entire
Yes.
attack? Okay.
It says when you could well yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This is just the Pikachu meme, just
And the second attack is totally a miss. So, Tizros redirects the attack towards Nora. So Nora, you take 5, 10. You take 13 piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm sorry, Nora.
Are you kidding? I can take it.
Think of the children.
Exactly.
These are my babies. Baby bairns.
Good thing I'm doing this at advantage, huh?
Yes.
Ooh. The first one was a 6, and the second one tipped for a second and then landed on a 3.
Oh no.
Well,
So-
what's your con bonus though?
Yeah. So what's the
Oh,
total?
it's 7, so it's total 10, but
Ah,
Total
10.
10.
Total 10.
Nope. So You're like, ha ha, and then the
Oh
blade
shit!
sticks.
Oh, sorry. I did that at disadvantage. The other one's 6.
so
So
at
it's total 13.
Total 13. That is just enough.
Yeah! Save
You
the
managed to shake
babies.
it up. Yeah, you
Dwarf!
Sorry. Gladly just took a stab wound to the chest for 2 kobolds. 2 kobolds of indeterminate age.
They have an age. It's baby.
Just gonna
Look,
sword
we
sticking
adopted
out of her
them. They're
chest, like,
children.
Okay.
sword sticking out of her chest, like, don't you ever talk to us or our children ever again.
Great.
I
okay.
want to speak to your manager. Okay, sorry.
And Nora, it is your turn.
Reaction. I'm gonna reaction first.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and
Because
reaction
he attacked he attacked an ally.
first. Sure.
He attacked
He
her
missed.
Cumberland.
It wasn't a well, actually, you know what? I'll let you be the judge of that. 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 misses.
I figured, but you know, thought I'd check.
Yeah.
Attack
but now-
first.
Yeah, now it is your turn.
Oh. How's about a 13?
13 also misses.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Attack the second.
Yes.
All right. How's about a 22?
A 22 definitely hits. So go ahead and roll damage on
Alright.
this. He's pretty low.
Don't forget your haste.
Oh, I do have another one, don't I?
Yes, you have a third attack, but I want to see what the damage is on the second one because he's pretty low.
That's true. All right. 13 bludgeoning damage.
13 bludgeoning damage. Splat. Like a ripe melon. You hit him right in the forehead with your maul. And just yep. Splats the head.
All right. And then I'm going to zoop over to
He's got the zoom.
Draegloth. I got the zoomies, yo! I'm going faster than I've ever gone before.
Yes.
And I will.
That's- That's what tabaxi get when they have haste cast on them.
Don't even
Just get real
don't even
fidgety.
talk to me. You got to go back to the Ravnica game. I'm telling you. Here comes the attack.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 19 on the die, my friend. So that's
That is a hit.
27.
Oh yeah, that's a big old hit.
Oh yeah, here I come.
Oh yeah.
Here I come. All right, and a 15 bludgeoning damage for that bad boy.
Ooh, a big hit right into the ribs, and you don't feel any crack. There's a surprising amount of muscle covering the ribs, but you feel it like cave in a little bit. You definitely hurt this thing.
Like all my momentum just right into it, and just it stops. Like
Woo,
Oh, yes.
Nora! Yeah.
Dreidel Fisker, you're up.
I'm gonna look over at Nora after taking these hits and just say, you know, I always heard this stuff's good for you. And I just drink another vial of kombucha, but I'm going to do it and use my action for my symbiotic entity. So all of these large mushroom caps just start growing off of my body. And for my Circle of Spores Druid, I gain 28 temporary HP. And then as my bonus action, I just kind of shake out my bottle a little bit and tip it down. And then I bring it down in a flourish like I would a sword or a scimitar. And from the uncorked cap, a flame blade emerges as I cast my flame blade spell as a druid.
All right.
So I just have these large and they're shelf mushrooms. They aren't like the caps that grow up from the ground. It's more of like the shelf ones that come out from a tree that are forming my pauldrons.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll gain like 28 temp HP. Why
Let's
not?
see. Okay. It is now the Draegloth's turn. It is going to make 2 attacks against Nora. As it is angry. Yeah, a dice.
Gone forever.
I got it. Don't worry. Yeah. Let's see. First one, that is a 22 to hit against you, Nora. Second one is a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. First attack. Damage. So that is going to be 14 slashing damage. And then it is going to attempt to bite you as well as its last attack.
Oh, that can't be good.
Yeah, it gets 3 attacks, man.
Yucky.
Well, usually a fight.
Disgusting.
That was very close. That is a natural 19 to hit, so that's a 27.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This
For
thing is
sure.
angry, for sure. Let's see. 17 piercing damage on that bite attack.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I can do this all day.
All right, Brogard, it's your turn.
All right, I will. I'm just gonna hit him with a frostbite, I think. So, he'll go and he'll just kind of go, and this freezing bolt sort of flips out and hits or tries to. It's a Constitution 15 save.
Let's see, con. I think this thing has a pretty good con save. Yeah.
Kind of figured, but
Let's see. Well, that's another natural 1.
Number 12.
all right, and it takes 2d6 cold damage. Resistance does not give it any effect, and that's 7. Oh, except I have elemental, so it's actually 8 points of cold damage, and his next attack is at disadvantage.
Oh, wow.
Covered in some frosty goodness.
Well, it's a good thing because this thing actually does have cold resistance.
Yeah.
So,
I am one with the cold.
but we unfortunately have someone that can overcome that.
It's really cold up where we go from, you know.
Yes.
Find the world.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
All right, Tizros, it is your turn.
I'll just sit my wee bairns down in their little sack and say, "Stay here, Mummy loves you." As I zip over to this stupid little drow dog. I hate it. Try to hurt my children. 7 plus 6, 13 for the first one.
That's a miss.
19 plus 6.
That's a hit.
12 plus 6.
That's a hit.
All right. 5 and 4, and I will stunning strike on one of those.
Okay. Let's see. Stunning strike. That is a failure on the con save, so it is stunned. That's fantastic. That's good news because Nora, you're up.
First thing I'm going to do is second wind because I have 12 hit points.
Alrighty.
One of these are 10. Gosh darn it. I thought I was prepared. I was holding a die and I was like, I'm going to roll this. I looked down and it wasn't the right one. That's the end of my story. And I'm regaining. Stand by. All right. So I do that, and then I'm going to attack the son of a Veach.
All right.
All right. Dirty 20.
That's a hit.
All right. 3 on the die, so I'm gonna say no.
You do have
advantage.
You have advantage on.
Oh, I do.
Stunned.
You
Yeah.
all have advantage until it comes to my turn.
Okay. 17.
17 hits.
All right, and for the third one. Oh, it's another natural 1, but with advantage.
No.
16.
16. Yay, that's
I'm
a
not
hit.
gonna write that one down.
Yeah. That doesn't
It
count.
doesn't count.
It doesn't count because it's okay. Fine. It is advanced. Sorry, I need to learn the difference. Here comes some damage. 7 plus 5, so 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
10 plus 5, 15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 11 plus 5, 16 bludgeoning damage.
Not bad. Yeah, 3 large hits. The first hit, you hit it in the back. The second hit, you smack it in the face. And the third hit, with a mighty overhand swing, you hit it in the top of the head. And it just... Yeah. It smacks into the stone, and it is dead.
I didn't even need my action surge. Because I was about to come at you with another one.
Yeah, well, that's the way she goes. So congratulations, you still need to harvest the 2 corneas.
Flame blade.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so one of you guys want to take care of those corneas? I think that us ladies probably shouldn't be here for that.
Hold open the eye. Come and cover my children's eyes.
As you turn back to where you left your children previously,
Oh no!
you see that one of them has escaped their bag and is just gone.
Northumbridge!
People little baron.
But it has been Eleanor, but Northumbridge is still sitting happily in its sack. You see the top of the crowbar is like sticking up over the edge of the sack, and it's like licking the iron. It's just
I know you
I'll
can't
get you again
say that name, but his name's Northbridge. Northbridge. You gotta enunciate.
I love him
my
so
goodness.
much.
Okay, so someone can either make a nature check or a medicine check, or a sleight of hand check to cut out.
I'm good in
the-
nature and medicine. I'm better at medicine.
I'm better at medicine, man.
It's
I'll just hold the eye open.
This
Nature's
kombucha is
medicine, man.
medicinal. So yeah, I'll medicine this creature. That's a 26.
Yeah, with the ease of an experienced surgeon, surprisingly, with the confidence that Dr. Zoidberg has in his surgical procedures,
Don't worry, I've got this, human.
you perfectly pluck out the 2 eyeballs. Congrats! You now have 2 of the ingredients.
I'm going to put the eyeballs into an empty kombucha container. I don't know what else. I don't know how else to carry them. I got some empties.
Alrighty, fantastic.
Nora's
pick
haste
up
runs
Northumberland.
out. She falls on the ground.
You want some whiskey? As I sit some next to Nora. Northumberland, you can't have any. You're too young.
Nora just mumbles into the ground, and like her hand comes out and like cups it.
I'm just gonna lean down and just, you got this, buddy. I believe in you. And I'll use word of healing at 4th level.
Nice.
To give you back some health. I'm glad I did it at 4th level because you get 17 points back.
Oh, thanks.
My word of healing. I should have taken cure wounds, but I didn't.
I'm making Northumberland thank Nora for saving his life.
Let's see. This is the one that can speak common. So it says in, "Thank you for saving a life," and it gives you a very emphatic nod your way, Nora. The last ingredient, Mindflayer tentacles.
All right. Do we want a short rest and then do this?
Yes.
All right, sweet. Because if I short rest, I can turn back into our motor snakel. I'm totally down for it.
Realize I didn't even damage. Yes.
Time to blow all my hit die.
Yep, I'm doing the same.
I'm telling Northumberland his sister Eleanor is very grounded once I find her.
I imagine that, like, if we're gonna do like a 5-year jump, and you're gonna be like just covered in jewels and sitting like in a chair, and you're like he's got like a little bow on his neck, and you're like petting him like a cat.
Your sister is going to be in such trouble when we find her.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right,
Funny thing
so-
is, I've got a bunch of them back at home at the brewery, so I'm just gonna put Northumberland with all these
Put him
other
in with the
people.
rest.
So
Get a
as
barrel
you
full of 'em.
all take a short rest, have a beer or 2 or 3 and a nip, if you will. Yes, you make your way out of the city of Enelon and finally to the southernmost finger of Engram's fingers. As you walk into it, you are suddenly engulfed in a dense fog. Almost unnaturally dense. As you are walking through it, you trip over animal bones, but exotic animal bones. You're used to bats and smaller creatures that live in caves, but you swear you trip over a bear skeleton. You see looming out of the fog in front of you, you see a large skull that could easily belong to a dragon as you walk past it. And eventually you come to a sheer cliff. And reaching into the fog in front of you, there's a metal walkway that just extends into the fog. A out of place metal walkway.
So there, Tiz, you want to maybe check this out?
I've got a child, so
That's
sure.
that's okay.
I give the backpack of Northumberland to Nora. I'll be right back.
That's
You'll,
okay.
like strap it on front ways.
We're baby carrying the
I-
school world.
I got this. And you'll see that Driddlefisker, along with Tiz, he pulls out a pipe, stuffs some green herbs inside of it, and you see him just like light up a little bit. But as he does and exhales the smoke, you see that it's almost like his form goes with the smoke leaving his mouth as he casts gaseous form on himself.
Classic.
And he just kind of follows along in this wispy cloud-like form with Tiz.
That's some real good stuff.
That's the good kush.
Drop the-
You've
That's
heard
what
of
you're
mind
gonna
altering? Prepare for body altering.
That's right.
It's a real body high.
Indoor, I'm giving you a hug, buddy.
Ripping fat cloud.
Yeah. Okay, so do you get a flying speed when you're in gaseous form?
While in this form, I gain a flying speed of 10 feet.
Okay. So you just kind of float into the fog? I mean, which direction do you go?
Humanoid form just kind of jiving to himself while he follows you along.
I'm just kind of pushing him along behind, like, gosh, you're so
You're
slow. Come on.
Fanning him. You got a shirt out.
Yeah.
I'm not slow,
Just
man.
Some Grateful Dead plays in the background.
Floyd, man. Pink Floyd.
We're just a hole in the wall, man.
Yeah. So as do you float into the fog in the same direction of the metal walkway?
Yeah, I'll go towards the metal drawbridge. Or the
Yeah,
metal bridge.
after about 40-ish feet, and you would bump into it, but you see a large cylindrical object. So the walkway is going like this, and the object is straight up and down. It's almost like a tower But as you look down, you see several other canister-looking things attached to the base of it. And at the base is about 80 feet.
You gotta float down to the base and inspect stuff. I can't talk while I'm in this form. I have no real means to communicate. I'm just kind of like slow nod, tummy full of kombucha. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Hey man, you could do skywriting. Bad bitch.
I hope you're not teaching that language to RV1 across the bridge.
So as you float on down, you see all of the tower seems to be propped up by these cylinders that are kind of, there's 3 cylinders and kind of a triangle, and the tower itself is cylindrical. Okay, and at the bottom of each of these cylinders, it goes like it's like straight, and then it goes in, and it goes back out in a cone shape on the bottom. And this is all made of metal, and it seems to be on a raised platform. And at the bottom, there is a pool of water underneath all of it.
Gonna kind of inspect around and see if I see any way to like get inside, maybe.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a modified 20.
You remember, because it was like, oh, you remember seeing a door at the end of the walkway going into the tower.
And I'll float back up. And then I'll get back onto the bridge and I'll dissipate the spell. And as I come back out, just there's a door. I'll just point over to where the door is.
You all can't see this door through the fog.
Right.
My eyes are very red at this point. Just kind of pointing.
You start breaking off those pauldrons and eating them.
Yeah.
All right, Riddle. You just great.
I grow my own snacks.
Great.
They're morels.
They're organic.
Yeah. So as you guys make your way down to the platform, or down the walkway, the only indication that there's a door to get into this is that there is a small line. Like there's just a very small seam with really no other indication. It is completely flush, and you can't even fit like your finger through the seam. It's like, very minuscule.
Is there there's no handle?
There's no handle on it.
Push.
As you place your hands on the door to push it open, a blue outline goes around all of your fingers, and you see in text, does anyone here speak Celestial?
No.
No? Okay.
We are but humble dwarfs.
Yes, and you see text appear across the top, and it turns green. At first it's blue, and then it turns green, and then with a hiss, the door raises up.
Well, good job. That worked fine.
I take Northumbria back from Nora.
Wild. That's all. That's all Driddlefisker has to say. Is just wild.
And as you walk inside, it suddenly lights up in a bright, harsh light inside. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like fluorescent lights. Like when the fluorescent lights in your office are way too bright.
Oh.
Just hurts
Do they
your eyes.
like make that humming noise like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, definitely make that that humming noise. But you see in a circle around the chamber that you're in, there are 8 pillars, and in the middle of the room there is an hourglass sitting on a plinth.
Oh no, it's a puzzle. Guys, this is my weakness.
I can't do puzzles this way.
I can't do anything here.
Okay, hold on though. Does anyone have an intelligence above 10?
No.
I do.
Okay, you're our
Oh
director.
no, it's
You're
not
all-
much above 10. It's only a mark above
The
10.
rest of us are like,
Too much beer, yeah. Let's see. You all see that in each of the pillars, there's a small alcove. And in each of these alcoves, there is a candle. And on each of these pillars, going clockwise, there are small symbols engraved on the alcoves. So going clockwise, it is a candle, an oak tree, a sundial, a moon, a silhouette of a person, a raven, a rose, and a dragon.
all right. Candle, oak, sun,
Sundial, the moon,
moon,
then the outline of a person,
person. Got
a
it.
raven, a rose, and a dragon.
Sorry, dyslexia. Got to hold these things in my head. Okay.
No worries?
All right, one more time. Candle.
Yes.
Candle,
So
oak tree, sundial, moon, human, raven, rose, dragon,
yes.
Sorry. Oak tree, sundial.
moon,
Moon.
Okay.
human,
Human.
raven,
Raven.
rose,
Rose.
dragon.
Dragon. That's it.
Yes. That was
Okay.
all.
Sorry. Continue.
Alrighty. So here is our puzzle.
And each one of them has a candle in the alcove.
Are they all the same color candle?
Yes, they are all the same color candle.
The symbols are on the alcoves and not on the candles.
Yeah, these symbols are above the alcoves.
The candles are lit or unlit?
They are unlit.
Sorry, this is my first big puzzle in a long time. I'm taking it very seriously.
Good.
Dungeons and Dragons, you guys.
I hate puzzles.
Well, we glad you didn't play in the 80s then.
All right, what else? What else? There's gotta be more.
And then there's the big hourglass in the middle, right?
Yeah, there's a big hourglass on a plinth in the middle of all of these columns.
And no other doors, exits, vents, tunnels.
Other than the one you came out of.
Okay.
Hey, I remember when I asked that question earlier. I didn't listen to the answer. Lit or unlit?
Unlit. They're all unlit.
I got this, you guys.
Okay. Is the
Oh, George.
the hourglass? Is like all the sand or whatever is keeping it at the bottom, or is it still at the
Yes.
top of the?
All of the sand is at the bottom.
Be right back.
Wait,
Right
hold on. Is this
now.
a sundial or an hourglass?
There is a sundial. One of the symbols is a sundial, but in the middle of the room on a plinth is
An hourglass.
It's an hourglass, and all the sand
All
is
the
at the
sand is
bottom.
in the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All right.
Driddle Fisker is going to go over and flip the hourglass upside down.
Okay. All the sand starts trickling through it.
Anything else happen?
Nope.
Wing says no, but Nora's like, makes sense.
Okay.
Brogar's just standing there still looking at everything, but GB is petrified. You started the clock on us.
How fast does this thing seem to be going?
It's going.
Oh God. Is it going now?
It's going now.
I wanna.
Oh God! Is it going for us too?
I'm
No,
gonna-
no. What if you started a timer, you guys?
I know, that's why I'm panicking
I'm
inside.
gonna use. I think I can use Druidcraft to create a small flame.
That's something you can do.
Yeah, so I'll use Druidcraft to light the candle that's in the cove.
Which alcove?
The one with the candle outline above it.
Okay. It lights up.
Okay. I'm gonna try and light the dragon.
It lights up.
Human.
It lights up.
Moon.
Lights up.
Wait. Shit. Well, that ruins my plan. Human?
Lights up.
Now, are all of them? Human was already lit.
Oh, human was already lit. Okay. Sorry. So then after the D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So moon, and then the oak tree.
And
then-
the sand runs out in the hourglass.
Well, fuck.
A loud tone seems to emanate from nowhere, and everyone takes 5 psychic damage.
You see,
And all of the candles go out.
you see Driddlefisker just like red in the eyes, turns and looks at you guys. Just said I was bad at puzzles.
Driddlefisker, if you killed my child with all this, I will.
Oh,
Get him out of here!
I didn't look how much how many hit points a kobold has.
No.
Let's see.
We'll keep him around. Kobold, he's fine.
I don't want to play a kobold. I want to.
Oh, it's so fun. Fawoosh!
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
Okay. Let's see. Real quick. Yeah, real quick, Tizros. Can you roll 2d6 and then -2 from the total and tell me what you get?
Yes.
Oh. Do not.
Why would somebody put this in? if it was
9?
their own?
9 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Northumbridge isn't looking too hot.
I will end all of you
I'm gonna go up to
and then
Northumbridge.
myself.
I'm gonna go up to Northumbridge and give him a gentle pat on the back and say, "It's okay, buddy," and I'll use a healing word.
Oh.
Oh.
So he gains 7 points.
Okay. He looks okay. The blood stops coming out of his nostrils.
Is the door still open?
No, the door is shut. Now that
I
you've
will
started the
end
puzzle, you cannot escape.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Driddlefisker, are you gonna walk me through your thought pattern there? What were you? I don't know if I agree with your police work there, Lou.
Well, candle starts with C. Dragon starts with D, and that's after. I was going through the
Okay.
common.
All right. Well, what if this is just one of those things where we gotta light them all before the time runs out?
Oh, I can do that.
Okay, here, I'll turn this over. Tizzy, you might want to put your hands over his head, and maybe you can protect his brain from the bad juju.
I don't think that's how it works, but sure.
Juju affects your brain.
All right. We've got the sundial,
okay.
right?
All right, so I'm gonna flip the hourglass. Can you just light them all like in clockwise order? Start with candle and just go.
Gotcha.
Anybody else? Okay, well, we'll try this. If this doesn't work, we'll talk it out and see what we could do. You ready? Here we go. Thunk.
All right. The sand starts. So you light all of them in clockwise order.
Yeah.
As soon as you finish the last one, you hear that same high-pitched noise.
Oh.
Yuck.
Let's see. And you each take 8 psychic damage.
I just look at your fist.
I didn't solve the puzzle that time.
Guys, I told you about puzzles. Is there
My child is on 1 hit point.
Out of character, I'm just gonna say, this is the way I did it in the old days. This one. Every combo, just go to make a chart.
I'm going to put
Be way dead.
a 2nd level healing word in Northumbridge. You got this, buddy. He's gonna gain 9 hit points.
He's back up to full.
All right, guys, you forced my hand. I'm going to make a masonry check.
Okay. Yeah.
What is this? What is this architecture? Built this place
Make a history check with advantage.
with advantage because of my dwarvenness.
Yes.
Dwarves get advantage in a lot of things, don't they?
One is really useful. One I have literally only used once before. So
11.
11.
That's a -2. I am not smart, people. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you can't really tell where this is from or what this is about. Anyone can make an insight check for me, please, but only one person can do it. I'm only elect one person to make an insight check.
I'm proficient?
Or sorry, excuse me, investigation.
Oh, I'm not in bed. I know.
Part of
2.
I'm a big 0 in investigation, so you're our man.
Oh no.
If anyone else is proficient in investigation, they can assist Strudelfisker, but only if they have proficiency.
Ha.
No.
That is to laugh.
I can intimidate it real well.
Don't worry. Let me smoke about this real quick.
Yeah.
Is
All right.
there a door?
14.
14. Like you're looking at everything, and you just think, man, dragons live for a long time.
Yeah, they do.
And that is your hint.
So the order
what?
from like
Do you tell us that, Stuart Fisker?
Dragons live for a real long time now that I think about it.
You know what else lives for a really long time? Oak trees.
Sundials.
No.
The sun.
Sun lives for a real long time. That was a
But
real
Brogar
plant.
would not have said that, by the way.
And what lives for a really short time? A candlestick.
how long does a sundial live for?
I guess it depends on what
Forever.
it's made of, how well it's maintained.
Or is it like the idea of a sundial?
It's time. Dragons in time.
Or wait, how long does a sundial last for? How long does
We'll
it go?
figure
The
it out.
sundial is the
Tilt the
concept
thing.
of time. Time is the sundial.
So what lives longer, a dragon or the concept of time? Or the
They are
moon?
both equally long-lived things.
So
Out of character, I think that the sundial represents a day.
okay. So
I think the
Let's
candle is a
do-
matter of hours. I think the sundial is a day. I think the moon is a month. Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe.
What is a raven then?
Ooh, but if you have the sun, and the moon, you most likely have 12-hour, 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 something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a sundial.
Oh, yeah. Dial, sundial. Gotcha. Roger.
All right.
Okay, so a rose lasts for a matter of days. Yeah? A raven is like for a couple of years. Unless, of course, this is just like a dead end and we're not even doing the right thing here. Okay.
How big is this hourglass in the middle?
And where's the red herring on this list?
The hourglass is pretty big. It's like the size. It's about as tall as like a regular dwarf, which is like 4'5", I think, is what it's described in the player's handbook. But
All right, I got it. I got this.
I hold my head.
Flip the thingy.
all right, tell me when you flip the thingy.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now. If this thing kills our son,
I'm using I'm using a spell slot every time we fail.
Sentinel reaction to attack the puzzle.
All right. So, candle, rose, sundial, moon, raven, human, tree, dragon.
Can you go through that for me one more time, please?
Candle.
Flip sundial and rose.
I'm flipping it.
Okay,
The
flip.
hourglass.
Okay, so flip sundial and rose. So candle,
Yeah.
sundial, rose, moon, raven, human, tree, dragon.
And as you light the last one, the sundial just disappears into a cloud of dust, and the lid of the plinth clangs onto the ground, and there you see inside of this plinth is a mummified illithid. With
Did the dang thing.
with 7 tentacles on its face.
I'm gonna turn to the bros and just say, "How much money you think we get for taking the extra 3?"
You know, that was like a thing, right?
I just take the head, the entire head.
Leave the body. Leave the body as is. He's coming with us. Cast animate dead. Carry this motherfucker. He's gonna
God.
come with us.
Brittle Fisker, why?
You now have a headless illithid following you, shambling behind you.
I name him Bob.
Congratulations. All right, congratulations.
Bob the elephant.
We once had an animated skeleton named Beaufort. He was a faithful servant until the day he died. Again.
The day he
Again.
re-died.
Yes. All right. So as you guys, so you have the head, I suppose. I won't make you make a check to harvest the head because
I
it's
just
literally
break it off.
grabbing a saw. Yeah. It's not that difficult. So as you guys are making your way back, making your way downtown, walking fast, faces past,
I'm homebound.
you come back to mysteriously, or not mysteriously, but you come back to that same bridge where you fought the troll and the 2 Duragar earlier, and you see on the other side there are several dozen Duragar, all in full black plates. But on the other side of the bridge, there is a table. And at that table are 2 chairs, one of which is filled. On top of the table is a keg.
Yes!
On the keg, the name Bugbear's Triple X, but the name Bugbear is scratched out, and the word Halfdar is written. And seated at the table, looking at all of you, very impressed, is none other than Halfdar Stonebore, the leader and once business partner of Bugbear Thorinson. And he looks at all of you and he goes, "So, you've all been creeping around me lands, causing all sorts of ruckus and causing trouble. Well, do you know what I like to do? I like to bust troublemakers. But seeing as all of you are here for a specific purpose, I think I might extend an offer. And he puts a full tankard across the table from him. Beat me in a drinking contest, and I'll let you through. And he stands up, and you see now as he stands up, he's not quite as big as Bugbear is, but he's still pretty big for a Durgar. But you see his pure white beard is braided and has dozens of rings and jewels braided into it. He's pretty swagged out, as some might say. But who takes up the challenge? Who takes up the drinking challenge?
I'm +7 in con saves.
Same.
Part of me wishes I still had my 4th level spell slot, because I would have just cast Stone Shape, turned it into a ramp into the fucking lava, and then we would have just walked by.
Well, I'm all like ice storm, storm sphere. Let's just stand on this side. Hold the
You
bridge.
got this,
Who has
big
the
guy.
highest con save?
The drunken
Nah,
monk does not.
No,
I got, and
Who can beat 7?
I got a 4. Nope.
I got an 18 con. So do you. I take it.
Oh god. What am I gonna do?
Yep. Trained in con. Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
proficient.
proficient. Yeah, you're up.
Do you? Okay. Do you have any magical shit?
Not that I can help with. All my stuff is ice.
Don't worry.
My title is the official brew taster.
That's right.
All right. Fantastic.
That beer's warm. I'm not drinking it.
I know what I can do.
Are you gonna do something despicable? Because I would love to see it.
Kinda. I am going to
We
cast...
have a powwow. We all come together and like
I am...
huddle.
I'll just be prepared to cast Purify Food and Drink in a 5-foot radius only around you, so as you drink, there is no booze with it. It is literally just how much liquid your stomach can take.
Amazing. All right. We powwow. We discuss this.
Okay, in the middle of your powwow, you hear Halfdar shout from the other side of the bridge, "Your beer's getting flat."
Just pokes head up from huddle. I imagine the headless Illithid is with us as well.
Yes. The headless elephant is included in the powwow.
His name's Bob.
And
Bob.
Northbridge.
Northumberland, this is your new headless brother.
Northumberland.
Northumberland pokes his head up to look at them and then comes back down.
That could be the perfect. It's like Bran and Hodor if you put Northumberland on the back of Bob.
Amazing.
Oh, that's what I do.
It's
In
the
case we
perfect
get into
mobility.
another fight.
We're doing it.
Hit.
Great. We decide based on the fact that Nora is official brew taste tester that she's supposed to. Yeah. All right. So she'll come on up and she'll be like, "Okay, well, hi there. My name's Nora Fullflagon," and she kind of looks at him like she expects him to recognize the name.
Well, you're just a bonny lass, ain't you? And he offers out his hand towards you.
Don't take it.
She'll shake hands with him, like Nora Fullflagon, of the happenstance Fullflagons.
And he shakes it and he flashes you. From what you know of Duragar, a surprisingly complete smile. He seems like he has most of his teeth, which is not bad.
All right.
And he beckons to the chair next to you to sit down, and then he beckons to the flagon on the table. And he has one sitting in front of him too.
All right. She'll sit down.
Okay.
Do we just go on 3 or what? Like what's the
It's
what's the deal?
Tap, cheers, tap, drink.
Oh, I don't have rhythm. Hold on. It's tap, cheers.
Tap.
Hold on.
Tap, cheers, tap, drink. So
Okay.
Tap, cheers, tap, drink.
Okay.
You can't keep it down, you lose.
Oh, okay.
Hey, think of it like a poker.
Boom, 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 boom. Yep.
Purify.
As a matter of fact, I prestidigitate a polka tune.
Okay, what are the components for purify food and drink?
Verbal and somatic. And
what is the range on it?
The range is within range is 10 feet, so I would need to be pretty near.
I need you to make me a sleight of hand check.
That's gonna be a 10. What if I have my undead illithid dance? Does that create a distraction?
Well, you seem to get away with it this time. So, Nora, go ahead. So Halfdar looks at you and he goes, ready? And then tap, cheers, tap,
cheers.
Tap, and you both go to check. Yeah, you don't need to make a Constitution.
You tap twice. Sorry, good.
You don't need to make a Constitution saving throw because somehow Driddlefisker got away with a 10 on a sleight of hand because they rolled very poorly on their perception.
I'm not the brightest.
I'll pass some whiskey to the nearest Durgar to me. We might as well, enjoy ourselves.
he takes it, just kind of like the cheers, and takes a nip. So you both chug down. I'm just gonna say, because yours is basically just water at this point, you just slam it down. Probably about half a second before he does, and he slams it down, lets out a massive belch, and kind of wipes his beard with the back of his hands. And he goes, "Right, well." Bangs his fist on the table. Another then, and another flagon is poured.
I'm gonna have my headless illithid start dancing to create a worthy distraction, and I'll just purify again.
Make a performance check for this illithid, and I'm gonna say its modifier is -2 because it's headless and undead.
That's an 8.
Okay.
If it had a head, it would be saying, this boogie is for real.
Okay. Are you gonna go ahead and try to cast?
Yeah.
Purify food and water. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Listen, if they figure this out, they're gonna be mad.
That's a 10.
That's another 10. Okay, here's the perception check.
Oh.
Another 1.
Yeah!
You get away with it. Nora, again, you are just drinking a flagon full of water. It's like
That's 13 ones!
I know, I just put them in the chat so we could keep total.
Did we discuss this? Did we decide, was this in the plan? Does Nora know that she's drinking water on purpose?
We did. It was part of the powwow.
Okay. All right. As she's drinking the water, actually, how does Broseph McGee seem to be doing? How's he taking it?
His name is Brogar.
No.
I know.
Gotcha.
He's, again, he's chugging it down, but it seems just fine.
He seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nora's gonna get like a really competitive flash in her eye, and she's going to give Driddlefisker an eyebrow as she's finishing off the last of this one.
Again, you slam it down about this time a noticeable gap before he does, and he slams it down, and he again belches loudly, but then just kind of like the sort of burp.
As the mug slams down, we got a new follower. So that's 27 Thank you for the follow, GB. Do you want to demonstrate what the sound of the flagon hitting the table sounds like?
Yeah. It's for Devin.
This
Devin.
is Celamance 27.
Oh, Celamance 27. When someone becomes a new follower, I take this maul and I hit this guy in the face.
Yes.
That is quality. I enjoy that a lot.
Every time.
Yes.
I love
Thank you.
so much.
All right. Okay. So, third round. A third round of flagons.
I want to do this one for real.
Yep.
Okay.
You got my drift?
Yeah.
So smack, cheers, smack, chug. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. No advantage.
Okay.
All right, so I was gonna ask.
No advantage.
All right, guys. I know it's a one shot,
Chicken bone,
but
chicken
it
bone.
better not be.
Remember, a bunch of kobolds died for this moment.
14.
14. You chug it. Your belly's full of water, so it's like chugging a beer. It's like kind of uncomfortable, but it's not as comfortable if your belly was full of beer before.
Mhm.
And so you slam it down, and wouldn't you believe it, Haftar goes out on another one, and he's chugging, and as you slam your tankard down, Haftar is chugging, and then you hear like a rumble in his belly, and you just hear, and it just like starts dribbling out the side of his, and he puts it down and like coughs, and then it comes right back up.
Disgusting.
And he sits there for a moment, and he looks up at you, and he goes, "Well, a deal's a deal, and a half door is nothing without his deals, or a stone boar's nothing without his deals. Let him pass." And he like just lays his head on the table and just lets out like a.
Nora's gonna sit on the table and pour herself another drink. 17.
Yeah, you chug that one too. You're fine. You're golden.
Cool.
Press-
One more. She wants to know if she actually could have beat him.
All right, cool. Go ahead and another one.
Yeah, and another.
What's the total?
12.
12. As you're chugging this last one, then it's like, and you don't puke, but like you just can't drink anymore. Your body's like rejecting it.
You've hit that spot where it's just cut off.
Yeah.
Yep, she puts down the mug as though like, it's like, haha, take that. That was nothing. And then she turns around like, let's leave now before I barf.
So, as you guys make your way back into the Dwarven hold of Ulm, you make your way back to the brewery. Daffy, thanks all of you for collecting the ingredients. And the ingredients are then taken into the brew room. Davi himself kicks everyone out. This is a project of passion for him. Several months later, you are brought into the boardroom, and there in the boardroom, on the long slab of obsidian that makes up the executive table, there's a small cask and 5 small tankards. 5 small tankards. And you see Davim pour you. It's basically, it doesn't pour, it like flows like molasses out of this. It is jet black into the tankards, and he hands all of you probably with no more than 5 ounces of beer inside of this. And he offers his out in cheers and says, "Here's to the fruits of our labor." We fast forward 10 years. Ulm is now no longer Ulm. It is now called Thorensen Hold.
Oh.
After the success of another brew, and with his party of shrewd negotiators, Bugbear Thornson has managed to buy up almost every position available within the internal political structure of Ulm. After doing so, he declared himself a ruler, and you, the party, his advisors for his new beertocracy. And that is the end of Bugbear's Brews.
Nice.
Congratulations, you survived.
Kids and her hundreds
Yes!
of kobold children.
Yes! Your child is still alive. Kobolds can live.
Just barely.
Your kobolds can live to like
sexually.
100 plus if nobody fucks with them. So as long as Northumbridge was fine. I like to think that Bob the Headless Illithid is still there too. I will expend a spell slot every day to keep my buddy.
Fantastic.
I love the word beertocracy.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Lazy
thank you all
Bones,
for
for
playing.
running this game. Thank you so
It is
much.
my pleasure to contribute to
Oh,
One
that
Shot
was nice.
Wednesday.
I love One Shot Wednesday. We had a beer-themed adventure. I could get behind this. I've never played a dwarf before, so this was just this was everything I wanted. So, with that in mind, Lazy Bones, where can we find you? What do you do?
I very irregularly stream on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/lazybones.tv. But you can find me at _lazybones on Twitter. And I am also playing in Young Heroes of Fate, which is Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Encounter Roleplay's Twitch channel. I play Theo Costa, who is a more hipster version, a cooler version of me in high school, but is also Captain Athens, basically. Captain America, but if he was a Greek hoplite instead. So it is Static Shock, the board. It is Static Shock, the role-playing game. We're using Fate. It's a blast. Come check it out.
It's awesome. I'm there every Sunday.
I love that game. I think it's great.
Yes. And I will also be in Ghosts of Saltmarsh on Dammit Barry's Twitch channel with Greybeard. I don't know where he is in relation to the actual
that
Twitch
way.
overlay. This way, yes.
All the way to the car end.
Yes. And Alyssa Vamp in Twitch chat if you're will be with her. So that'll be very fun. And then also, I don't know if I can announce this yet. Maybe not. It's a surprise. Just follow me on Twitter and you'll find out. I have something big coming up soon.
Surprise!
So thank you all for playing. It was a blast. I love running one shots. I haven't gotten to play Dungeons and Dragons in like 4 weeks because my life has been so hectic. So it was a great way to come back, and I can't wait to get back into my home game.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Indoor,
you.
for having me. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem. This game was amazing. You are free to come back at any time.
Oh yes. If you want me, just let me know. I am
Oh. If I want you, you say.
Oh yes.
Anytime.
All right. And Jen, where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, you can find me over at the RPG Labs Wednesdays, Thursdays, where I'm a DM, and Fridays, where I'm back to being a player, and Sundays on the SS Adventures over at Debaldi's channel on Sundays, where I play a very down in the dumps halfling. He's been through some things.
Poor boy.
A lot. But that's me. And you can find me over on Twitter if you want to come chat, drop me a message or something. I love to chat to people.
And we have put everybody's Twitter handles in the top. This is the left-hand corner for people. So you can find Jen at LaughmakerDND on Twitter.
Yes. Just a note: the O in my name is a 0 because _Lazybones was already taken when I tried
That's
to.
stupid.
I will
sorry.
fight that. I will find that person and I will fight them.
I will give them $20 for this Twitter name.
Probably. So
All right, and
I'm
GB.
trying to have consistent branding. Damn it!
It's so hard. It's so hard. GB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Graybeard at Graybeard's Tavern. And speaking of branding and issues, there's sometimes an S in there, sometimes not. It totally depends. Graybeard's Tavern is a biker bar in Florida that has been arsoned, burned down, and dead prostitutes found in the alley behind it. So if you're looking for some excitement, come to my channel, because that's anyway, I was about to go launch into the spiel about being on Tuesday nights, but Kronk Goreblast is semi-retired, so we will see Kronk someday in one shots. We love you, Kronk. But I will be in the almost said Sinister Secrets. That's from the 80s. I will be in Ghosts of Salt Marsh with Lazybones and LB and Alyssa Vamp, and in May on Wednesday nights. So hence my long-running love of one-shot Wednesdays will be dampened a bit. But you can see me there. You can see me on my own channel Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for some Darkest Dungeons, and we've got some toys to play with, and it's always a good time. 10 to 12 Eastern Standard, and I have something else, but I can't announce it yet either. Just got word, so watch the Twitter. My Twitter, I retweet tons of these guys and great folks, and put out modeling and terrain building and all sorts of crazy stuff over there, because I run a home game that is for my house elves and my buddies here, and we have a blast with it. So anyway, that's me.
There is one other thing, GB. You are going to be playing a Triangle Arts game, correct? Coming up.
Thank goodness. Yes. And starting on May 10th and every other week, I'm going to be playing as a Miami police officer, SWAT specialist, Jackson Renard, over on Triangle Arts.
Does he
game.
have the Tom Selleck mustache?
I don't know. I really haven't put him in a thing yet, but his name is Jackson Fox, specifically. Renard is Fox. So yeah, we're working on it. So it'll be over there. It'll be, I think, 8 o'clock on every other Friday Eastern Standard Time. And the cool part about it is we're going to be fighting over the control of the city. So there's going to be like a Catan board, and we'll be competing parties to try to take over the city to either law and order or chaos and crime. It's a mafia style game, so it should be sweet.
I'm very excited to find out more about that. And Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Danae Keener, also known as Wings. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do drawings related to D&D and a lot of other nerdy things. You can also find me here, not next week, but the week after, running Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays. Go back and catch up on the 2 episodes that we had previously, getting us through Death House, and make sure to tune in.
Yes. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know this, but if you don't, hello everybody, I am the Indoor Adventurer, and you have been on Indoor Adventures, a great channel where we like to have fun, I guess, sometimes. I don't know why that came out so poorly, but
we play adventures about beer.
We play adventures about beer. We have other games. We got our Monday night game, which is incredible. It's our homebrew setting that I run on Tuesdays. Next week, we got Our Justice 282 running a homebrew adventure that takes place in the world of Lyra behind you. We also have coming up more One-Shot Wednesdays. Next week, our dear friend Alyssa Vamp, aka Satan, is going to be running us through a level 1 adventure through the Uncaged, Uncaged Arcana?
Yes.
Anthology.
Uncaged Anthology.
I'm reading it.
Yes, Uncaged Anthology. We're going to be doing that with some more new players. And then coming up in May, we are going to be running Ghosts of Saltmarsh come Thursdays. So you can get your fulfillment of Lazybones, Graybeard, LB Hackemup, and Satan as well as Barry on Wednesdays, and then you can come on Thursdays and then get your indoor taste for that. Also, we do have a Patreon set up at patreon.com/indooradventures, where if you're a patron, you can come and then join in on the after show that we typically do after these kinds of shows, called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community at large. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask us, either as players or ask us as characters, then we are more than willing to answer those for you, because without this community, we wouldn't be where we are today. So with that in mind, thank you all so much for playing. Give it up for Lazybones for running this beer-themed dwarf adventure, and we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!
Bye.